Papa Team 6, happy Spooktober. I hope the trash is out. I hope the flannels are out. Your boy's on his 5th flannel of the week.
You're killing it with the flannels.
I had five when I was there on Monday, and I was looking at, what am I going to wear? The weather's breaking a little bit. I feel like I can put some pants on. I look down on the bottom row, the bottom rack, and I'm like, it is flannel season. It is Spooktober. Like, let's start getting out the flannels. And if you're not looking, I got the For the Dads merch.
Oh, yeah.
Rocking all the merch, the hats, the shirts. You look over at Sherm, he's got the Spooktober hat on, Bustin' with the Boys. He's got the For the Dads Spooktober shirt on. Those are at bwtb.com. Support and represent the boys, guys. This show, as you know, we could have new listeners. We could have new viewers on YouTube right now. But this show, look, this is a show for dads who truly want to get better, but at the same time, you know the phrase, like, that's a guy's guy. That's a boy's boy. That's a dad's dad. This is what this show is. We enjoy having fun, whether you're in it, whether you're preparing to be in it. We love fatherhood. We talk about our highs and lows of fatherhood. We tell stories, but we also don't take ourselves too seriously. We are not experts. We just love having this good old silly goose time, being dads, being husbands. We'll get into some conversations with the wife. He had a couple. And I'll have to get corrected on the show. But the feedback as always has been incredible, guys. The engagement. There was a hater in the comment the other day, Sherm, that I think I was promoting For the Dads, or I was doing something. Maybe it was one of the clips. And by the way, Chef Derek, you guys absolutely crush it. Sherm, I know you make clips as well. You guys crush it with making clips. But I had a commenter the other day that was talking like,
what happened?
You guys only get 10,000 viewers or something. Like, he thought he was taking a shot. And you know, like, we're on, what, this is episode 18, 17, 8? This will be 19 as you're listening today.
10K is good. It's TBA.
For a new brand, a new pod, it's good. But also, when you look at it, the entire universe of Bustin' with the Boys, like, when you look at viewership and then comment, like the ratio of viewership and engagement, For the Dads is popping off. Like, the community of Papa Team 6. And again, if you're a new dad, welcome to the Papa Team 6 PT6 community. Love to have fun on social media. We talk about Papa Team 6 being a PT sicko, being a PT sixer. We also have the Seaman Team Sixers, which Chef Jack, our guy in the back, he's the head of Seaman Team 6. Seaman Team 6 is, you're not a dad yet. You're shooting for the love of the game right now. You're spraying lead across the yard. He's the commander of Seaman Team 6. You could also be a dad, and maybe you're in buds training. That's breeding until dad status. So again, if you're joining the show, if you're in tune with the show, to be a better father, be a better husband, you'll get some of those tidbits and advice and conversations, but we also love to just have a good time.
And fun uncles. We got the fun uncles.
We got the Funkles. We got the Funkles with Derek back there. But yeah, he thought he was taking a shot at the viewership. Buddy, I like, listen.
Oh, Will, your new podcast only gets 10,000 views on YouTube.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was on Instagram. And then I replied to him and I said, buddy, if I took your advice, I'd be working at the crematorium next door. Like, you stay on that side. You want to be a hater, fine. Don't let the PT6 go see this comic, because they'll come after you.
Hey, we love the crematorium, by the way.
We love the
crematorium. Very nice people.
Very nice people.
With some fun.
Come out, body dust all over them, being like, hey, love the episode this week.
They got a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah, they have to if you're going to work at a crematorium.
Oh, yeah. They came up to me. They said, hey, I heard you got a new weight room in there. I said, yeah, we do. And they go, well, yeah, we lift a lot too. So really? They go, yeah, we do a lot of deadlifting. And I chuckled.
That's a phenomenal dad joke. But yeah, man, this show, as you guys know, free for you on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We would truly appreciate if you just considered being a real sicko and following and subscribing on all of those platforms for the boys. Truly helps us out.
Podcast Zone,
Galaxy
Pod.
All those platforms. All the apps. Anywhere you find a podcast and you see For the Dads out there, go ahead and hit the follow and the subscribe button. And then I say it every week, you want to etch yourself into the PT6 community for real. We shout it out at the beginning of the pod, buy the merch. We have a lot of cool stuff. Papa Team 6. We do have the second iteration, the second version of Papa Team 6, hand up accountability. I need to be running that on my socials. I need to be running
the new PT6 shirt.
Yeah. Cause we did the first Papa Team 6 drop.
We did.
Everybody loved it. We sold a shitload. One of our best sellers throughout the year.
Yeah.
Now we said we were going to get better. We were going to add the young pup to it. Cause again, the dad in the first one, he was kind of solo dolo, almost preparing for war. But now we have a different iteration. Papa Team 6, we ride at dawn. Davidson issue 3. You got the dad, you got the cub, you got the riding lawnmower in the backyard, you got swing set behind a little soccer ball in the backyard with it. Just a dad, just a bear and his cub, a wolf and his cub. Is that a wolf? Yeah, it's a wolf.
That's a wolf.
That's a wolf. That's a wolf and his pup.
Wolf and his pup.
It's
Willie C and old Scottzilla.
Yeah, and old Scottzilla. By the way, I have some good news. I have some fun updates with Scottzilla. But yeah, For the Dad's channel, bwtb.com. That's how you do that. Continue to engage and have fun with the boys. We got comments. I mean, I'm holding about 9-10 comments. I'm sure Sherm has a lot as well.
I have 9.
Yeah, we have a lot of comments to get through. We have our voicemails. You can call in to 601 The Dads. You want to be featured on the show, you'll get free merch. We have 2 call-ins later. We also have a quote, lesson, or topic that we love to dive in on at the end of the episodes. And then in between, the meat of it all, outside of the engagement, the comments, and everything else, we talk about our wins. We talk about our losses, what we crack a cold one to, survival kit, dad hacks, the whole kit and caboodle. So let's dive in. You want to hit some comments, bro?
Hit some comments.
Before we start, can I give a shout out? I want to do this before we get into comments.
Yes.
We've been talking about it. Shout out to the guy in the Chipotle line at 11:30 on Monday wearing a PT6 shirt, blonde hair, glasses. I saw you and you were in the middle of ordering line. It was packed and I bitched out. I didn't say hi. I walked out.
Chef.
I know. But I wanted you to know that I saw you.
Did he look old? Did he look like a dad?
Yeah, I looked young dad, young 30s. Okay. He'll know who he is if he's listening. Just know I saw you. And
if he's rocking a PT6 shirt, a Papa Team 6, you know he's tuned in weekly.
Yeah, yeah. He had the first iteration, the first drop.
Yeah.
So shout out.
He was a sicko.
He was loading up a bowl.
He's somebody who he's listening to me talk about this hater in the comments on Instagram. He's like, what? Let me go find this.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Hey, you got to do better, bro.
I know.
You're the leader. You are the captain of Seaman Team 6.
He was in the middle of putting something on his bowl. Like he was in the middle of the line. I was like, like I should say something, but it was packed and I didn't want to be that guy.
Were you picking up an order?
I was picking up an order, so I wasn't.
Okay.
Either way, Papa Team 6. And then he looks over, just give him a little. And that's
noted.
Everything is said just in that interaction.
Yeah.
Everything is said.
Yeah, I agree. I was disappointed in myself. So just know, whoever you were, I saw you, and hell yeah, that was awesome.
I saw you. I love you. My masculine insecurity got in the way. I was like,
he knows. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he knows. That's Papa Team 6.
Whatever, man.
Aiden Dollins on YouTube. Boys, love this. Got married 2 weeks ago, and I'm looking forward to fatherhood. Can't wait to be Papa Team 6 in the coming years. The boy's about to hit Bud's training. I also got Only the Junior on YouTube. I've got my group of friends that I've had for 2 decades hooked on this pod. The amount of good texts I get now is amazing. You guys have brought us closer together as dads, not just buds. I just had my 3rd kid right about when the Sherminator had his first. 2 girls and 1 boy, outnumbered. Good. Nick Measle on YouTube. Measle the Weasel. You know that's his nickname too. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. God, that sucks. Riding home, listening to my favorite podcast when my wife sends me a video of my son leading his middle school football team out in front of the school for their pep rally, and I'm tearing up. Damn it, I have to remind myself that crying is good. Crying is cool, boys. I have a 12, 10, and 3-year-old, all boys, and damn, our kids break us and make us proud. Keep crying, boys. Keep crying, PT6.
Wait, he had a 12-year-old leading the high school and the
middle school,
and
leading the team out in front of the school in the pep rally, leading them.
That's juicy.
You know, it ain't nothing like in middle school and it's pep rally day or game day and you just got the jersey on because you know the varsity rocks it. You know you're about to get initiated in the high school world one day down the road and you're kind of playing that cool senior on pep rally day.
Oh yeah,
you know the young man's horny. We talking about 8th grade.
He's a middle schooler.
I think that's like 6th grade.
No, middle school is 7th and 8th, right?
Yeah, but 12.
Yeah, listen. We'll go.
We have fun on this.
Like I said, we had some fun. That was maybe a little bit over the line. That's some garage. That's some garage talk with your boy. That's some garage talk with the
I'm
dads.
talking about myself when I was 12.
I'm thinking old Willie C back then. I already know.
Man, I gotta get home from this fat rally. Oh my God.
It.
But we love that you cried, seeing you kid.
Yeah. Oh man. It's a good thing this segment ain't on ESPN now. Yeah.
I got a comment from Yogi Bear, 1127 on YouTube. I was never close with my parents, and seeing y'all be great dads, it really heals my kid heart. Hashtag GBR.
Hashtag GBR.
Hashtag GBR. And then we got another one. Kevin Living Good.
Oh, fuck.
And Kevin says, hey, sure, my name is Kevin. Last name pronounced Living Good.
Yeah.
Because he is living good. I discovered For the Dads pretty late in the game, so I started at the beginning. Just got to the episode where you are getting blasted for the couch situation in the hospital. Just wanted to give you support from the privileged dads. When my now 2-year-old son was born, I had a pleather couch in the delivery room that had a built-in recliner. In our post-delivery room, I got a freaking hospital bed. Kevin, you are living good, son.
You know, he gets on the hospital bed. He's like,
They come up to his
sweetheart,
wife.
are you comfortable over there?
Yeah. They come up to his wife. Is everything okay? Contractions have started.
Yeah. You need me, baby?
Hey, the TV remote ran out of batteries, by the way. He said, stay strong, King. And I know that just know that you aren't alone. Kevin Living Good, thank you so much, dude. And then I am JSOC. I'm a PT sicko. I've been watching since the first episode. I just wanted to say to the 21-year-old, I have my first daughter at 28. I still felt too young, maybe not ready maturity-wise, financially wise. But when your baby comes, that is your world. You just simply figure it out. That is your priority. That is your nuclear freaking bomb that you protect with all your might. But everything comes, you figure it out. It's going to be great. The best feeling in the world when it's their first day out. Just keep it moving with all obstacles, brother. Hashtag PT6, hashtag PT sicko, hashtag baby daddy team 6, hashtag BDT6, hashtag baby dad sicko. Thank you. I am JSOC.
I just had a come to while you were reading because you had a laugh and it made me chuckle just because your laugh makes me chuckle and just hearing you tell stories. The comment was up at coming after you on Instagram. Did you guys? I'm going back in the archives now.
I know what the comment is.
It was like remove Sherm from the show and it'll be much better. I wish I could have just grabbed that motherfucker by the throat through the screen
again. Be better. And Will said, if I did that, I'd be working at the crematorium.
Yes, that's what it was.
And the guy said the 10K views describes otherwise.
That's right. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. And I'm sorry for the cursing. I know this is a family-friendly show. Maybe bleep me out, Chef, when I drop the MF like that. But that's what it was.
They came after Fat Stafford's laugh?
They just came after Fat Stafford just randomly. In totality, just randomly. I don't even know if you were, I forget what the clip was, but I don't even think Sherm was in the clip.
Damn.
That was the craziest part. He wasn't in the clip.
Yeah. And listen, we talked about the hundreds that DM you now, and I love how you engage and go back and forth with everybody on a personal level. So just all the people that fight for Fat Stafford, just know there was somebody in the comments on my Instagram, one of the clips that I had posted going after the boy.
Do we mob him?
There's going to be moments where we have to get PT6 mobile.
We haven't called upon the Goon Berets in a minute.
Because I know dads, probably a lot of the dads that listen to the show probably aren't the most active on social media. I'm not saying that boomers anything else. I'm just saying the majority of people who root for you, they're not in the comments. They'll give praise every now and then or when a big moment happens and talk about I followed, or they'll DM you on the side or message you because they actually care and they are rooting for you. It's the haters that are loudest in any comment section. So we got to get we got to get PT6 focused at times because we love having fun on the internet as much as anybody. And we get them mobilized and get them.
The good news is we're recording this on a Friday. This episode won't drop until Wednesday of next week. I'll find this.
I'll find the comment. That way we can put it on the screen and people know exactly where to go.
Do I give them the full meme treatment?
I think so. So when memes. So when Sherm, former name on Twitter was CFB Meme Zone.
Oh yeah,
it's a massive. He made his name in the game, making memes and meme videos and trolling and doing all this stuff. So if you're wondering what does meme him to death mean, you'll have to follow Sherm on X on Twitter. And this is where you will see all this stuff go down. He'll start memeing them. This is where you flood. This is where you get in the comments. We're looking to delete people. We're looking to get profiles deleted.
You know, now this is all coming back to me because when I saw that comment, I said, I put it aside because we know we love Sherman.
Yes, but I usually am good enough to do that. But for whatever reason, when they attack my boy, when I see just something just directed at one of the boys,
you know what?
That's where it gets me sideways.
You know what made me fucking laugh about that dude? I clicked on his profile and his bio was say something nice to someone. I swear to God, it was something along those lines. I chuckled. I said, wow. The irony must be lost on him.
Bro, it was funny too with a lot of those people who hate on the internet. You will click on their profile and it'll be something, their bio will be something like that. Like, you know, positivity and
wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, absolutely right. Let's get back to the comments. I went sideways there.
Yes,
I kind of came to while I was listening to you, and your laugh made me chuckle. And I'm like, you know what? That's what that was.
Well, I held back because his name was I Am JSOC, and I was going to say, speaking of horny middle schoolers, with the JSOC.
We know about them.
Little Jackson.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
And I held it in, and that's what made me laugh. And I was like, maybe not.
All the PT6ers used to have that baseball sock that, you know.
Hey, come on.
Joey Estrada 3887 on YouTube. You boys really know how to run a podcast. Oh, there we go. Shout out Joey Estrada. As someone who listens to podcasts 10 plus hours a day while at work, obviously top podcast being For the Dads, Busting with the Boys, and Inside the Bus. You guys just really know how to give it a good family feeling. Some of the most best and realistic advice I've heard, and stuff I'll carry on for years and pass on to my children whenever that day comes. I appreciate all the good laughs and cries. It feels so good just to let the emotions out sometimes. Buying some merch next week when the paycheck hits. You guys continue the good work and many blessings to all of y'all and your families. Joey, thank you, bro.
What last name of Joey? What was it?
Estrada.
He is a fan that we like to call around here a tier 1 sicko.
Yeah.
He just named every single platform, every single show that Bustin' with the Boys.
And when you are in the Inside the Bus world, which again, Inside the Bus podcast is a show by all the guys on the back of the bus, the guys behind the camera, back in the production area doing the work. They also have a podcast of their own. So when you are covering it top to bottom that way, that is what we call a tier 1 sicko.
A tier 1 sicko.
That's a tier 1 sicko.
Thank you, Joey Estrada. I can't wait to tell the guys in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
On For the Dads, they're talking about Inside the Bus.
Yeah. And first and foremost, this pod is for the boys out there, for the dads. I know we get a lot of moms and a lot of wives and women kind of listening with their significant other. I love that the dads and the men are so tapped in that all these nicknames, they kind of make sense or they might chuckle. And the wives are like, man, they just have so many code names, so many nicknames. Like, is this just what guys do? It is. It's what the boys do. We need nicknames for everything.
When I'm cutting clips, speaking of cutting clips, I'm like, some of the clips, when I look through the lens of somebody that doesn't listen to this podcast, I'm like, they think we're speaking another language.
Oh, yeah. If you got boomers out there to listen, which I'm sure some older dads out there listen, they're like, you know, they might be fascinated or curious in everything that we're talking about. We're also putting them on game. But all the young dads out there, the young males, the ST6ers listening, even the Gooner berets that are out, the Goon berets that are out there, like this is the language in our world.
I will very quickly.
Got to keep it under an hour, and we do have comments to get through.
I got this video sent to me from a PT6er. Speaking of an older kind of boomer crowd, he went up to his coworker and asked him if he caught the latest episode of PT6, and this is what he said. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yo, Carl, you catch For the Dads podcast yesterday?
What do you think I am, a goon beret? Of course I did. Will's lesson of the week was straight gas, homie.
Knew you'd be on.
Is that not crazy?
Insane.
That's crazy. Even the boomers.
Even the boomers.
What do you think I am, a goon beret?
I thought you were going to tell me too. He went up. We have an older gentleman that listens to the pod. He went up to his buddy and asked him if he could like teach him how to make a video so he can make a video for us.
That'd be incredible.
Oh,
Incredible.
all right. Let's dive back in.
Yes, please.
Adrian Hernandez II, Jr. here. What's up, boys? This is on Instagram. My name's Adrian, new to PT6. I'm a father to a 3-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. My wife just broke some horrible news to me. She said she's packing her bags and taking away the kids from me for the weekend.
Wait,
Not the kids.
Adrian's going to have to be home, basically home by himself, having to just like take care of the house.
By himself. Wife's leaving. She's taking the kids for a weekend.
And she won't be there to help him. Derek, it's
Here we go. He's got more. This
Derek's
is tough.
losing his mind back there. It's all right, Derek.
I was at a loss for words. I couldn't speak. How do I survive a weekend without them? We feel that.
Been there.
Am I just supposed to grab my favorite bottle of whiskey and just play video games I hate so much all weekend? Am I just supposed to enjoy the games now without interruptions? Football games.
Oh, God, it's football season.
Any help or guidance would be much appreciated through this hard time. Anyways, cheers to the boys for all the laughs and cries. I love how much emotion you all put into these episodes. I'm going to sincerely miss my wife and children as they leave for a weekend, and she basically rips the heart out of my chest, and I have to hang out alone for a weekend.
We do joke around. We have a lot of fun on this podcast.
Yeah. Hey, just give it.
No, that's all right.
It's okay, Chef.
That's all right, Chef. We don't blame you.
But go on. We like to have a lot of fun.
We like to have a lot of fun on this podcast. We like to joke around. One thing I do want to say, moms. First off, don't go out of town and don't take the kids with you.
If there's one thing a dad needs and wants most, it's for their wife and kids to be in town on the weekend while football is on the TV.
But you know what that was what the kicker was, because I was like, hey, you know what, Adrian, you can make it through. It will be okay. Yeah, you might have to get that favorite bottle of whiskey. You might have to play that video game you hate so much. But then when I realized that she so selfishly chose a weekend in the fall during football season to leave.
Yeah.
That's the part that hit home.
Adrian, man, tough times don't last. Tough people do. This isn't the right way to go about it, but it's a way that works for me at times. And it's grab an ice cold Bud Light out of the fridge.
Yeah.
Crack it open.
Yeah.
Kick your feet up in whatever couch, recliner, whatever you have, man.
Oh.
Watch that football, because as much as you don't want to do it and don't like to do it while your wife and kids are out of town, that'll help keep you together and keep the pain at bay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe get a full 12 hours, 10 hours of sleep. Maybe stay up and play video games with your boys. There's not a wrong decision to make during a time like that. Just know that we are all with you and we are all thinking about you. And man, dads hate when their wife and kids go out of town for the weekend.
Adrian, I'm so sorry, dude. And I know that staying up late like that's going to cause him probably to sleep in. So then he's going to be behind on meals. When he wakes up in the morning, he's probably going to have to order takeout for breakfast. He's going to have to order takeout for breakfast.
Takeout's not the answer, but sometimes takeout is the answer. It might be his only option right now. Maybe it's pizza. Nothing gets shittier than having a weekend solo, watching football, playing video games, staying up late, sleeping in,
and eating
with
wings
ice
and pizza,
cold
dude.
Bud Light and wings and pizza.
Can I tell you guys why? We're like a circle of trust. You guys are my 3 best friends on the planet.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
Yeah.
why this hits home so hard to me?
Yeah.
I don't have a kid, but my fiance is going to Cincinnati for the weekend to wedding dress shop.
No.
And my mom's meeting her there, and she's taking the niece and nephew from their dad, and they're all going to Cincinnati together.
So he's home alone too.
He's home alone too? and I'm home alone all weekend. And I have 10 guys coming over. It's a little support group to play poker. They're showing up.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll just drink beer tomorrow and hang out.
Yeah.
So
Whenever-
Dad, but it hits home.
When everybody leaves town, get your boys over, man.
And shout out that group of guys, man. That's what this podcast is built on, is that kind of community. Shout out. I got on a lighter side, I got a comment from Kyle, PT6 for life, from X.com. That's his username, by the way, that I just read. Kyle, PT6 for life. Let that sink in.
Yeah,
really.
I love it.
He starts it off with fuck boys. That last episode got me good. You guys got the mailman out here crying on Ring cameras. Not cool. Will, thank you for sharing such a personal moment. This show has helped me in many ways as a new dad of 6-month-old Arya. Thanks for everything. Been listening from the beginning. Get the trash to the curb, boys. Wolf emoji. I got another one.
That's one that gets your piss hot.
That will get your piss hot. When mailman's crying, handing you your electricity bill.
Running from the dog.
Mark Gonzalez 2698 on YouTube says, as a 25-year-old dad, I had my first when I was 18. I can say 100% agree, embrace the fatherhood. Of course, I've come a long way and got ways to go, but I've always tried my best, which is all you can do, and also learned to want to learn. I wish I had this podcast years ago, because this podcast gets me absolutely pumped to go home to my kids. And last but not least, we have Ray Maddox on Instagram. He says, love the pod and have a question for the boys. How do you get your kid to eat what's for dinner? My daughter's a 1.5-year-old, and a few months ago, she would munch on anything from rib bones, steak, chicken, anything. Now she won't eat a thing but bullshit fried food from restaurants or fast food chains. I appreciate the help, fellas. That came from Ray Maddox.
I love the Ray Maddox, because I have one of my updates that I was going to talk about is the dinner time routine and the expectation that we've kind of set at home, where you kind of motivate her a little bit with the cookie. And when I say cookie, it's like these little cookies, and you break when she gets a cookie, they're that big, and they're broken in half, and then that's her one cookie for the night.
Yeah.
But that question right there, 1.5, this is a good phase where eat your food or the tickle monster's going to get you, and you get out the little spider hand and you crawl close and they start giggling, hurry up and eat your food. If it's like a broccoli or chicken, whatever you're having for dinner, whatever you're wanting to get them to eat for the main entree. That's worked for me. Getting up out of my seat at dinner time and kind of like giving her a moment to chew, and I go around the table and I slowly start to approach her as the tickle monster is going to get her. But if she eats the food quick, tickle monster falls down. Or tickle monster goes away.
Takes the power away from tickle monster.
But then at the end of the chewing, the tickle monster starts to get power again and come back to the 1.5-year-old.
Yeah.
That could be a method. It is tough, dude. It is like negotiating with the terrorists, man.
Yes.
You're trying to get your kids to eat. But my update on Rue is now it's gotten, you know how I said, like, we had those moments where I just tell her, I'm like, okay, yeah, sweetheart, you don't have to eat. You can be all done eating. Then she's like, she kind of feels that we're not giving her anything that she's wanting in that moment, which is maybe some pushback or resistance or kind of fighting with her about it or negotiating with her about it. She kind of just pauses and looks at me and she's like, do I get a cookie? And in the beginning, it was like, no, sweetheart, you won't get a cookie unless you're part of the CPC, the Clean Plate Club.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward a couple weeks, the standard is the standard. Now I just simply, mom or dad, all we have to do is like, if I'm about to tell Rue to eat something, Charles stop me, or Charles about to tell her to eat something, I'll stop Charles and we'll just say, hey, they don't have to eat. They don't have to eat their food, sweetheart. You can be done eating. You can go to sit on the couch. You can play. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to eat anymore. If you want to be done, you can be done. But there's no cookie. So, and that is what usually gets Rue to kind of think about it for a moment. She might take a minute, but she comes back around, she eats her food. And now we don't even have to say the cookie part. Sweetheart, you don't want to be part of the Clean Plate Club, that's fine, but you know what the cost is. As long as you know and understand that, You can be done if your belly's full, but you won't get snacks. You won't, like, you can go play, you can go hang out. But if you want to be done eating, you can be done eating.
And that's working.
It's working. It's working. Rue is 3. I have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old for new listeners out there. Yeah.
That's huge.
Big time. We feel really good about it. She's always fired up when she eats her lunch too. Like when she comes home from school and she's like, oh, clean plate club. Or like yesterday, she's like, I'm like, sweetheart, how, we were able, we land from New York early afternoon. So I got to pick her up yesterday from school.
Yeah.
So I picked her up and surprised her. I was going to surprise her with a flower, but I went to Walgreens thinking that there would be flowers there. You know, how like
there
Valentine's Day. Yeah, there's usually flowers. I get her a cheap little flower, bring it to her. Hey, sweetheart, give her a flower. There wasn't any flowers there. So I got her like the small little snack, like a little snack piece of candy. Ooh. Just to like fire her up. She'd be pumped. Dad was coming to pick her up. And then we were kind of talking on the way home. I was like, were you part of the Clean Plate Club? She's like, no. I was like, you weren't part of the Clean Plate Club? What happened? She's like, I didn't eat the cucumbers. I was like, you didn't eat the cucumbers. We kind of slice them up, give her some cucumbers, because she usually enjoys them. She's like, no. I was like, did you at least eat a few cucumbers? She's like, no. I was like, you didn't eat one cucumber? No. Sweetheart, you got to eat your cucumbers. Hey, listen, Dada's not there when you're doing lunchtime, but just know if you got cucumbers in your lunchbox, you don't have to eat all of them, but it is.
You don't have to eat all of them.
It is good for your muscles. It's good for your brain if you eat some cucumbers.
Yeah.
It's just food for thought. Kind of just drive it home. But yeah, so that's an update on some great question, by the way. Great comment that we got to hit there.
Great question.
But that would be my advice for a one and a half year old. Around that time, you can really tickle monsters alive and well in that stage of life. So it's like utilizing that, leveraging that power to get them to, Dad's gonna come.
Quick question for the boss man here. As she gets older, will you implement the you're not leaving the table and I'm not leaving either until you take a couple bites plan? I don't know if anyone had to deal with that as a kid, but that's a war for fucking attrition. I'll sit here until you move. We're not leaving anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like... Rue's always the last one to finish eating, right? Like Char and I, like food's down, we're hungry, we're ready to go. And Scottzilla, she's an absolute menace with the food. And when she's done, it's just she knocks it off. You know she's done. You know she's done.
Oh yeah.
But Rue always takes a moment. But yeah, we sit there until she gets done, and I'm like, sweetheart, we want cookies too. Daddy can't have a cookie until you eat your food, and we don't leave until she's done, unless it's like, something pressing is happening, or say we happen to eat dinner around 6:30 instead of 6 or 5:45, and we got to get Scotty to bedtime, start doing the dishes and everything else. But usually one parent's there until she gets rolling.
Yeah,
but if she's like, I'm too tired or having a fit, and she starts, she knows when she is getting tired, or she's using it as an excuse, we'll say, okay, we can be done eating, but we're not. There's no TV coupons tonight. There's no, you name all the things where she might get you. There's no juice. There's no snacks. There's no cookie. Like, there's no playtime. If you're tired and you're being this crazy, like, let's go upstairs right now and get ready for bed.
That might be
a couple times that's happened, where she takes us up on it. She goes to bed and then she sleeps. She's like 13 hours of sleep and she was tired, but you'll kind of stop her in her tracks. Like, hey, I thought you want to go to bed. Come on, we got your milk. Let's go upstairs. And she's like, I'm hungry. It's like, well, you have your dinner. So she'll eat her dinner. So there is like that. Yeah, there's a lot of patience sitting in the pocket.
5-year-old me has had some battles. I don't know, maybe when I was younger, I can't tell you, but when I was like 6 or 7, when I was like 7 or 8, old John used to sit there and just stare me down and goes, I'll sit here all night. And it would just be, we would sit there in dead silence. And he was like, all you got to do is take 5 bites. And it'd be something I hated. And I'd be like, no. And he'd be, all right, I'll sit right here. And it's like, that's it. And he knows that it's like, what's in Wolf of Wall Street? Whoever talks first loses.
Yeah.
And he would sit there, and I mean, for a long time. And eventually I would give in, or I would go up to bed. My dad would finally be like, 9 o'clock hits. My dad's like, just go to fucking bed.
Yeah. There's only going to be 2 options from it.
Yeah. And
it's, as a parent, you're thinking of all the things like they won't do in between dinner time and bedtime. And it's like, all right, march your little ass upstairs, or march your little ass in the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're sitting there, and we're parents, like, where I'll break, for like the parents' leverage is bites of food.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, 3, give me 3.
Yeah.
Give me 4.
Yeah.
And whenever his 1.5-year-old, when she's able to start kind of counting and they kind of don't know, then they go, just like when you witness Charo doing the jumping in the water or something at Taylor's, like how many more times do you want to jump in? They can't count very high. So they'll say, listen, you don't have to eat a lot, but how many bites would you be willing to eat? Like you tell me how many bites and that's what we'll do. And they'll just randomly say like 3 or 4. And they're like, you're like, all right, we can do that.
That's a good tactic.
You just gotta have a deep bag. You gotta be creative when you're in that phase.
PT Sickos, we interrupt this episode to bring you one of our favorite sponsors, True Classic. When it's date night, Jilly Bean says, and you can all say it back with me. She says, Sherman, go put on that t-shirt that you always get at Bussin' with the Boys. You got them all over the office. And I say, honey, that's my True Classic shirt. It fits me nice and snug. It looks great. It's casual, yet has this really nice appeal to it where you can throw some slacks on with it and you're walking into a nice restaurant and you feel like you're dressed to impress. However, it is cold outside. And I get that. You're like, I don't want to wear a shirt when it's freezing cold temperatures here in Nashville, Tennessee. As winter quickly approaches, they also have hoodies. I'm rocking one right now. They have pants. They have all kinds of stuff, guys. True Classic has just launched a boy line. For the boy dads out there, you can match, and honestly, it's way better than those awkward family photo outfits or cheesy pajamas. You get to show up together, feel comfortable, and actually look good doing it. The crazy thing is, True Classic has already sold over 25 million shirts to more than 5 million customers with over 200,000 5-star reviews, so I'm definitely not the only dad who has figured this out. You can find them at Amazon, Target, or even select Costco and Sam's Club locations, or just head to trueclassic.com/for-the-dads. That's trueclassic.com/for-the-dads. Trust me, grab one and you'll thank me later.
I have a couple more. DJ Pack 1 on YouTube. DJ Pack 1. Will absolutely lit up when he was telling us about that 28 sweep counter. He needs to be a coach later in life. We need an update. I saw my man. He was like, hey, I got that. Yeah, he sent a message in, right? Talking about where the game was. He was talking about where the game was.
They played the day before the Red River shootout.
As we're shooting, they play today. As we're shooting this podcast, they play today. Now, if you had an interest, take a 4-hour trip, go watch some powder puff football, 3rd graders and 4th graders.
In Ardmore, Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think so. And he said he's going to give that speech.
Sciatuke, Oklahoma.
Oh, Sciatuke.
It's at the high school field. So he says our flag football game is in Sciatuke, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Shout out DJ Pack 1.
Come on, DJ.
Katie Josenhans from YouTube. I'm so happy to see Jill's instructions while she is away. I am this mom because it makes me feel better to leave lists and information. I don't do it because I don't think my husband can handle it. I do it for me, and I know it's crazy. I want to just put a pause on that one because that's a great one to talk about. Recap your weekend.
Yes.
As a solo parent.
Yes.
This one's from Black Parsons G1E on YouTube. Love the podcast, boys. Just want to say the wife and I have been trying to have a baby for the past 1.5 years. It's had its ups and downs and definitely a stressful time. I listen to Bussin' all the time while delivering my UPS truck, but my first For the Dads podcast was episode 17. Y'all got me crying and laughing, looking goofy on everyone's Ring cameras. Second little Ring camera shout out today. But more importantly, after listening to episode 17, I found out 24 hours later, I'm going to be a dad.
No.
Yes, super pumped, and just want to say thank you for keeping me entertained throughout the week at work and for all the advice. Any advice to handling a pregnant hormonal wife would be greatly appreciated. Laugh out loud. P.S. Y'all know about our news before any of our family and even our parents. Love y'all.
Will, just real
Let's
quick,
go.
I'm so sorry. That is Blake Parsons. I put a typo. I'm so sorry. No, I even told Chef, I was like, I don't think I fixed that. So Blake Parsons.
Blake, just again, I read the prompter. I read the teleprompter here.
That's all right.
Ron Burgundy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Black Parsons, aka Blake.
Yeah, Blake Parsons, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hopefully being a new listener who sticks around. I think you'll get a lot of have a lot of fun with this podcast.
Yes.
I think you get a lot of stories and tips and realize that you are part of a sick community. My advice, we can give a couple easy ones, but you can go back. I would say it would be very fun for you to catch up on the podcast because again, we're only 18, 19 deep now as you're listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good info coming up because Sherm, he wasn't a dad yet when we started this podcast,
Yep.
correct?
I was
Are you just
6 weeks out from Scarlett's birth.
Yeah, 6 weeks out from Scarlett's birth. So there's a lot of things before that where I'm telling Sherm stuff. He's kind of telling me what he's going through or dealing with the pregnant wife, not in like a negative way, but just as we're sitting here talking about supporting your wife and everything else. Obviously, right when he has Scarlett, we've been getting to go through Sherm's journey in real time, and ScarScar is now 3 months old.
3 months and some change.
3 months and some change,
Yeah.
almost 3.5.
Three.
You can say 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, you can say 3.5.
She is. It's been
14 weeks.
Yeah, July 3rd. So, and then we're October 10th. So yeah,
Yeah, we're somewhere
3
around
months in a week.
there. Yeah,
But
we're somewhere around there.
She it is fun thinking about when we started this podcast and all the questions that I did have. And it does help me still some of the lessons that I learned from either comments, yourself, our lessons of the week. So I would highly advise going to the beginning of this podcast because there are like a lot of good nuggets in there that I still to this day, like this is such a fun show because we do have fun on here and we joke around a lot, but there are a lot of lessons that still to this day, I'm like, damn, I'm so lucky that I've kind of found my way into this little community and that all these little lessons are kind of floating in my brain now.
Yeah.
And we are not professionals. That's the best part.
No, not experts.
Not experts, but we got a little golden nugget.
Yeah, we got some nuggets every now and then. Maybe a little dad hack for finding some of this advice. I would advise, if you don't want to listen to all of them, go through each one and scroll the comment section on YouTube. And the ones that are sticking out with dad tips, whether it's like if they're alluding to us talking about your pregnant wife or anything else, maybe it's like, okay, in this episode, that seems like they're covering these topics.
Yeah.
Another one I would recommend is my wife just actually got a DM yesterday, like a long DM of somebody who found our IVF podcast. We did an IVF podcast, a Mother's Day pod on the Bussin' with the Boys channel, where my wife and I go through IVF and we talk a lot about supporting during pregnancy and a lot of those ups and downs during a process like that. So I'd recommend something like that, but that could be an easy way if you don't have time or you don't want to go through the entire catalog of what that's would recommend. But just skim through the comments and see some of the topics that are talked about. When one kind of hits home, then assume that it's probably going to be in that episode.
I love that. And be there for your wife. Have fun. It's going to be a crazy journey. You're going to absolutely kill it.
It's about connection, not strength.
Yes.
Connection. That's the biggest takeaway. If you can have one mantra, it's but not about staying strong, being strong, kind of being that male monotone, keeping everything suppressed inside. It's talk through your emotions, talk about her. She wants to be seen, felt, and heard. And it's not about staying strong. It's about reconnecting with your gal.
That was great. Where was that you? It's about connection, not strength.
Wait, I think we had a lesson. We did a lesson on that one.
That's great. That's a perfect example of I'm like, damn, that's really good.
Going back to Katie Josenhans,
yes.
She loved the instructions while Jill's away. She's a mom, makes her feel, basically I feel seen when that gets said on the podcast. I don't do it because I don't think my husband can handle it. I do it for me, and I know that's crazy. Give us a recap, bro. Break us down last weekend.
Well, first off, is that the same Josenhans from last week? We had didn't we have a Josenhans last week?
Maybe.
So repeat offender.
Mrs.
Josenhans.
Mrs. Josenhans.
I love it. Yes,
love seeing her come out like Leonardo DiCaprio in what was it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just coming up out of the chair. I do that. That's exactly what I do.
Because I was reading it and then we decided it was Josenhans and then we went back to Josenhans last week.
Yeah, probably Josenhans.
But yes, I to dive into that, my crack cold one was the weekend with ScarScar. It was Jill coming home to me absolutely obliterating the weekend alone with ScarScar. The stories and the videos from hanging out with Will at the pumpkin houses and Jill calling me.
That's a good time.
You have a great time. That was very fun. It was kind of surreal. It was like a weird moment of being out in public with a friend, but like it's all about your kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was my first time really kind of being out there in the wild, but like I don't know if you could tell, but my brain was on Scarlett the entire time from a standpoint of like,
oh yeah, that's when I started to rip the backpack.
Yes.
Remember when I threw the backpack on? You're like, buddy, you don't have to put the backpack. I'll put the backpack on for you.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I was so
Sure, maybe can you turn around? I need to get this out of the bag. And I'm like, I turn around for him and he's unzipping, getting stuff out of the bag.
I was like, no wonder Jill loves this.
Yeah.
That was the most convenient thing in the entire world. And shout out you for throwing the backpack on. But I was so in my head, dude, because Jill wasn't there of like, I just kind of had her like voice in my ear, just like, what would Jill be okay if I was doing that? Like, would she want me to do that? She'd probably want me to turn the stroller so the sun's not in Scarlett's face, and I'll sit with Scarlett while Will is, dancing with Rue and Scotty, and Charo was killing it as well. But it was fun. I did enjoy it, but the entire time I was just kind of like, oh,
you're operating.
Yeah.
First solo dad.
I was like weirdly nervous with
Yeah.
Scarlett, like out in the wild. But she crushed it. She did a really good job.
Dude, she murdered it, bro.
And I was overthinking her falling asleep in the car on the way there. And then I'm rolling up and Charles like, oh, is she taking a nap? And I'm like, oh, fuck, she's not supposed to be taking a nap. Sherman, what are you doing?
This is on the list. She sleeps at these times.
Yes, I'm picking up Scarlett and I'm like, please stay awake. Please stay awake. But I mean, I was overthinking it, because it all ended up great. She slept every single day. It was only 2 nights that I was by myself, but she slept all the way through the night, both nights, which is crazy. Shout out to Merlin. We put a graphic out for Will Howard and his parents. Hey, shout out the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers. Future Hall of Famer Will Howard. But dude, the Merlin rips. Scarlett's sleeping like a champ in it. And I'm not gonna lie, that first morning when I woke up, I legitimately was in a panic because I was like, I slept through all of her crying.
Yeah.
She had to have cried last night.
Did I have the monitor up?
Oh.
That's happened to me a couple times when I'm solo.
And I know that Jill has that app, even though she's in Miami. She can get on the Nanit app and you can go through the highlights of the night on the Nanit app. That's a dad hack in itself.
Yeah, survival kit.
So sick, survival kit. But I went through the highlights, didn't stir. So I had the monitor on. I had the volume up.
Which is big time for parents out there that kind of either remember those days or kind of just got out of them or are in them right now. ScarScar's around, 3 months and some change. You're kind of around that moment to where they could potentially start sleeping through the night. Sherm had a couple big dubs over the weekend, which fires me up for you.
Jill's calling me. She's like, you haven't really told me about like the park with Will. Like, how was it? Like, how was hanging out with Will and Charo? I was like,
check out, have some fun in Miami.
Yeah,
Dad is back home and he's got it.
go get some mojitos. I was like, yo, chill out. It's all good. Like, we have fun type shit. Like, you don't need to worry. We crushed it. And then obviously when she got home, I told her all about it.
Because too, when you're going out and hanging out with us, it's it's Spooktober. We're at Cheekwood, sick little setup with the pumpkins everywhere, the food trucks, the live music. There's a part of you too that's like, oh man, like I know my wife would love to be here right now. And I'm getting out, and this is like my first time going to this park. Where it would have been a great first family time to go to this park. Yep. So I feel, and then when you're on the phone, you're like, we had fun. You're not trying to, dude, it was awesome, because you don't want to bum them out. It's more like, hey, this is a place we got to go.
Yes. And I did have a different dad loss, which I can go into when we get there, but a small dad loss I learned very quickly was after I dropped off Jill at the airport on Friday and then recorded with y'all. And y'all remember how I was bragging of like, yo, Scarlett killed the morning nap and like, killed it with the babysitter. Yeah. Scarlett went into a 2-hour scream session, full on like starting to turn purple scream session. I'm just sitting there, you know, holding her so close to my chest and rocking up and down, trying the walking in the neighborhood. That's not working. Jill gets on FaceTime as soon as she lands. Is everything okay? Blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, she gave me hell for 2 hours there, but she's good now. What does that mean? What do you mean she gave you hell? I lied to her so fast. And she knows when I lie. Yeah. I'm a bad liar with Jill. I was like, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was not a funny joke. And she did not give me hell. She's been great. But that was a dad loss. That I let her know. I was like, yeah, she was screaming real bad. And I switched up quick.
How was your mental throughout the Scream Fest? Because I have a Scream Fest story.
Mentals were good. As far as the only thing that I hate about it is when Scarlett screams so much that it, and this is going to be really bad radio, but it like literally turns into like a, and then the face just turns purple because she's not breathing. Like, because her scream has gone so long that she then just sits there like, and I'm like, breathe, please. Oh my God. And then she'll finally go, and do like a big breathe in and then scream more. And that was the only part that really freaked me out. But we'll get into it with the survival kit. I found out that Scarlett is a sicko for the baby flashcards. That's what got me through the weekend. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, the little kid, they love the flashcards.
Love the flashcards. And so it all figured itself out. And I was trying like some of the stuff that I used to do when she was younger and not as attentive of just like, hey, let's go outside. That kind of gets her happy. Or let's put her in the stroller. That kind of gets her happy. Or put her in the baby bajorn. That kind of gets her happy and bounce her. But she wanted like interaction. She wanted to play. And once I got her in that playpen and started doing her little foot to hand stretches and pushing her in and doing the rotisserie chicken rolls, and then started going, apple, moon.
Yeah.
Apple, moon. And she's like sitting there like, each time I flip over the card, she was loving it. So like mentals were during the screaming, but it was a quick fix. And then she didn't give me any trouble for the rest of the weekend.
Wife come home to a clean house?
Yeah. But like, she also said that it was like, she was like, you did a good job. I just want you to know you did a great job. And I see where the effort was made in the house.
And you're sitting there, yes, coach.
Yeah. I'm saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like the picture. You're like sitting in the chair and you're leaned up on your elbows on knees, and she's like standing like, I see.
She's walking back and forth.
Yeah. I see where all the effort was. You did a great job.
Yeah.
Now deliver us the butt.
And when I come home and I see that the bottles are still in the washer and the washer hasn't been started yet, that's the kind of things that we need to be perfect. When I see that you did the laundry, but it's still in the dryer. Why is it not folded? Why is it not put up?
Yeah.
I'm looking around and I see, okay, he did our laundry. Let's go check Scarlett's laundry. And I look in Scarlett's hamper. And man, it's full of clothes. That's the shit that will get you beat.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But sweetheart, no, you're not hearing me. We're going to build on the good. You did a great job. I see the effort. We're going to build on those. I'll pat you on the ass.
Yeah.
We got to eliminate the bad. Bottles aren't all the way clean.
Yeah.
Laundry's not all the way folded. It's in the dryer. That's bad that we got to correct.
Yes, sir.
Those are fixable.
Yes, sir.
But the clothes in the hamper, that's the shit that gets you beat. And I will not hesitate.
Yes, sir.
To send... I was going to say something really off. And I will not hesitate to send your fat ass packing down to Texas and you can live with your old man. Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought it was really going to take a turn. You're going to say, you're like, send a little tip to the tip line to CPS. Put your name on a list. Oh, whoa, Jill, whoa.
So overall, good.
It was good.
Things are correct.
Yeah, I mean, like the pillows were fluffed, they were chopped, the
Yep.
blankets are folded, they're on the top of the sofa, tight. Playpen, the cards are put up, everything's kind of in order. Like I hit all the big stuff. I hit all the stuff that coach is going to sit there and pat you on the butt, but little details here and there I did miss. And I wasn't upset with.
Did you receive the coaching? I love how we both touched our hats at the same time too. Did you receive the coaching well?
Yeah.
Or are you handling it like I've been making plays all season? Coach missed me with that stuff.
She was coming at me like Saban, where like we're up 30 in the natty and like we had a false start. And hell yeah, I had a false start,
Yeah.
coach. Hey, coach, that just means he loved me. When he yelled at me like
Yeah.
that just means he loved me.
Yeah.
He doesn't yell at the guys on the bench. He yells at the starters. Like that's how it felt.
Yeah.
And so I felt great. I took no offense to it, and I got like all A's on my report card, and I was on cloud 9.
Yeah. I feel you on the eliminate. You got to eliminate the shit to get you beat.
Yeah.
Mine was that couple weeks ago when that oil, what's the oil called? The oils that sit on the
Essential oils.
Essential oils.
Yes.
The essential oil spilt, and I missed it. Remember when Rue knocked over the lamp? But I fixed the lamp. I'm like, all right,
I
sick.
forgot about that.
And kind of left the oil sitting there. Yeah, that was it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Go
that's
from
a
old coach, my coach Saban at home. Love you, sweetheart. Yeah,
Hey, that's on me, coach. That's
that
on
one
me.
wasn't on me.
Wait, what was your screaming story? You said you had a screaming story.
So, yeah, this is. I have a few dad losses.
Oh no!
Screaming story, Scottzilla. So it was Sunday. We had a great little family weekend. Obviously, on Saturday we went to the Cheekwood, met you there. Had
Yeah.
a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Sunday we had the Titans watch party. We had to go to down to Brooklyn.
That's
Bowl.
right.
And that was around 1:30.
Yeah.
That kicked off. So in the morning time, we're juicing the morning time for family time. What an opportunity to get better as a family. So we go down to Franklin, hit one of our, I think it's called Hank's.
Oh,
Great. Got some lattes,
Yeah.
had some great vibes. Believe I saw a PT6er in there. Or no. When I came up and ordered at Hank's, I was like, I'll take the yogurt. I'm gonna get two. I want a seasonal latte, and I also want an iced Americano. 2 drinks for myself. Wife got something, and then we're talking about Rue or something. I'm like, which one of these you want? Like, we got a line behind us, and she's like, "Do you do a podcast like Bussin' with the Boys?" Like, yeah. She's like, "Oh, my husband or boyfriend, whoever it was, it's like loves you guys." I'm like, "Oh, shout out!" So caught a tier 1.
okay. Shout out.
PT6 moment possibly in the wild. But after Hank's, we want to go on a nature walk. Wife loves nature walks. She's like, if I have a core value for my wife or something that I love about her, this is like an opposite of what Willie sees about, but it's being adventurous.
Yeah.
Your boy, I can sit at home all day long.
Hey, that's okay, man.
But my guy loves nature walks.
Yeah.
So we love nature walks.
Yes.
And when I'm saying, yeah, we can go do this nature walk, I'm assuming we're going to go to a nearby park or something. I haven't heard about it. And we're going to skip around the pond, take a few family photos, enjoy the fresh air and sunshine before NFL Sunday kicks off.
What time is this, by the way?
We're probably 10 o'clock when we leave Hank's.
Oh,
10:30
wow.
when
Okay.
we leave Hank's.
So we're pushing it a bit.
This nature walk's 45 minutes outside of Franklin. This drive, 45 minutes. I don't really say nothing. I stay composed. I honestly never bring it up. This is probably the first time. So I know my wife, trust me, my wife listens to these episodes. As a matter of fact, it's a couple of my dad losses in here. So we're driving and Scotty's pissed off. Like throughout the entire drive, Rue's doing a great job being a big sister, staying composed. Sweetheart, we can't listen to the Claw song anymore. The Claw song is the Halloween theme music song with Michael Myers. She wants some spooky music going.
Ooh.
Like, sweetheart, we got to put on the sleep time song, the good night song that Gracie's Corner.
Oh, Gracie's Corner.
We got to play that song for Scottzilla so she can calm down. She doesn't calm down the entire drive. She's sideways, bro. Sideways. Can't get her calmed down on the drive. I'm back there. I'm trying to like hold and I'm trying to like rattle the goddamn car seat. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, got it. And we get to this to this park or for the nature walk and stuff in an awesome spot. And she's still screaming pretty much the entire nature walk.
Oh,
Charles had her strapped to her body.
yeah.
And Charles wanted to go. Me and Rue, it's kind of like a story. It's kind of like a storybook trail walk to where they have stuff for kids at like, every 20 yards, there's like a little story as you're reading about nature and stuff going on. And so I'm enjoying that for a few moments with Rue, but we're like, Scotty won't calm down. This ain't the Scotty we know and love and appreciate and respect and admire.
Yeah.
This is a 180. Her heart's black. And it seems like there's no light at the end of the tunnel with her.
This is like a year 3 Max Crosby.
We're feeding her the year 3 Max Crosby. Relentless effort to be pissed off. And we're trying to feed her the bottle, and she's drinking the bottle a little bit, but then she starts screaming again. It's like, man, what is going on with her? You can tell she's tired. She's like trying to fall asleep. She needs a nap, and she just won't. She's either overtired. She's going batshit, bro. And Charles gets to a point where she stops and she's like jumping to kind of like calm her down and rock her. We look like crazy people. People are walking by. How you doing? Oh, you guys are going to figure it out. You love these times. And I'm thinking, we want a kid show.
They're saying that to you?
As they're like, say somebody's running.
Yeah.
They're come by, they might chuckle, or there's a family walking by us.
Oh, I miss when mine were that small.
I miss those ages.
I bet you fucking do.
Yeah. Oh, tough when you guys will figure it out. And I'm thinking, we have not figured this one out yet. And so I'm like, sweetheart, I'm getting frazzled. I'm like, let me take her.
Yeah.
Like I'll strap her. I'm thinking in my head, I'll get her to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll put this child down.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's screaming. I'm like, sweetheart, I think I can get her down. And you wanted to do the nature walk. You should enjoy the nature walk aspect as much as you can, even though she's crying batshit right now. Like, let me deal with all this. So I get her. I can't calm her down. I'm telling you, I'm doing some zone 2 cardio. Like, I'm getting frustrated to the point to where I'm doing the same things as Charles, because I'm thinking, all right, Charles is getting a little, Charles starts jumping, and I'm like, hey, let's hang on now. She's 10 months old. I get her, and I'm dealing with her. I get to that point. I'm like, yo, you got to relax, bro. Just fall asleep. And just go to sleep. You drink all the milk, you should be good. Yeah. And she's not. And I'm like, I'm patting her, and then it gets a little too loud. So I pat her a little harder. I'm like, get your little ass to sleep. And I'm getting to where I'm basically running the whole time, trying to get her calmed down. I realize, and here's a dad hack comes out of it. Because we love to dress up our little kiddos. Yeah. Scotty's 10, 11 months old. Here's what I think it was. We won't know until I guess it happens again.
Yeah.
But she's got shoes on. So we got her in her little outfit, but she's wearing these little Nikes.
Yeah.
And, when they're that young, they're not used to having shoes on. So I'm thinking in my head, like, what if she just doesn't like shoes and stuff on her feet right now, like as she's trying to fall asleep? Take off her shoes, take off her socks, put them in the backpack. She's out within 5 minutes. So a dub comes out of it, a little dad hack where I'm thinking, I go to Charles. I'm like, she's like, is she sleeping? And, I'm covering the sun any angle so nothing can wake her up. Because I'm like, yo, this has been an hour, legitimately, an hour of hell with her. I'm like, hey, I think it was the shoes. She's like, you think so? I'm like, I don't know. If she's asleep now, I did take them off. And when she was getting a little frazzled, when she was like starting to fall asleep, I just like constantly feel her like kicking her feet. I'm just like, sweetheart, just go to sleep. But whenever I took her shoes off, she was out. So I'm thinking it was the shoes.
The toes were just a little scrunched,
yeah, probably. Like, again, they're babies. They're not used to having, you might dress them up and stuff like that, and they're good. But once you get them in the car seat and everything, I'll just say, if you're wanting them to fall asleep, just make sure the shoes are off. That was my takeaway from it. But it got dicey for a minute. And I'm wearing the good hat. So fortunately, I'm like, I am trying to constantly remind myself, because I'm starting to get pissed off about it. I'm like, yo, what is happening right now? We can't even enjoy. We can't even be there that long because we got to drive all the way back so that way I can get to the watch party.
Yeah.
But got her to sleep. She was knocked out the rest of the little nature walk, whatever we had left, and was knocked out the entire car ride home. But praise. A couple other dad losses. My wife.
Yeah, you got a list going.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I forget exactly what we were talking about last week, but it was where one of them was like, maybe one of the kids were struggling. I'm thinking, oh, poor daughter, or oh, dad guilt of being away and the kids being tough. And I'm feeling bad for the kid. I'm, oh, poor Scotty or poor this. Cause we got over it like hand, mouth, foot. Like, sweetheart, I hear you talking about like, oh, poor the girls, but what about poor wifey? Like, oh, you're right. Did you listen to that episode? I didn't mention you at all.
I could have sworn you didn't listen.
Yeah, but she's right. Times when we're thinking about the dad guilt and everything else, and like, oh, poor little kiddo, dad guilt. I feel guilty, hate it for the kid.
Yeah.
Wife's going through it at home. So I want to shout out, sweetheart, Charo, I know you're listening right now, probably in the car. Because anytime we get and do a family trip and we turn the car on, these episodes kind of pop on first from what you recently listened to. I'm like, oh, you're checking out For the Dads. So I know you're listening right now. I love you. I do appreciate you. I see you. And it is always empathy with wifey. I just want to say that. So not shutting out my wife was a dad loss.
Shout out Chara. Shout out Chara.
Another just dad losses in general for the dads out there. Not getting home when you say you're getting home is a dad loss.
Yeah.
Like my wife might hit me up. Hey, when you think you're going to be home today from the shop? And I might just throw her a number. Like if we're doing this pod right now and it's 11:52 and she's like, hey, when do you think you'll get home? My dumbass would probably say like 12:30.
Yeah.
12:45. Then come rolling in at 1:30 or something like that. Or you get a text after the time you're supposed to be home. Like, hey,
everything good?
How far out? Yeah. Everything all right over there? What are you up to? I know what you're doing. You're kind of checking in. Am I almost home? But that's a dad loss because a dad hack. Don't ever tell your wife when you're coming home.
Yeah.
Don't ever give her a time.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things to do here. Be home. Under promise, over deliver. I'll be home at 8 p.m. I'm missing dinner. Then you get to show up like a superhero when you're walking to the door around 4:30.
You ain't gonna see me for a week. I'm gonna be gone for a week.
Yeah.
I cannot agree with you more on that. And I need to start and shout out to my loving wife, Jilly Bean.
Shout out to him in full accountability.
Full
We're
accountability.
idiots.
Because I do the old, hey, honey, that party we got to go to, it starts at 3:00.
Yeah.
We got to be there by 3 because I know we ain't going to be ready and out the door till 3:45 sometimes. Because Jilly Bean, love you, Jilly Bean. I need to do the same for when I'm coming home. I need to put the Sherm time on it.
Yeah.
Because I put the Jilly Bean time on it sometimes.
Either put the Sherm time on it or again, because we're not going to tell our wives when we're coming home.
Yeah.
Or just hold yourself true to when you're going to be home.
Also,
like last week when we were talking about going to the little pumpkin deal.
Yeah.
I said what? 11, 12? We're going to be there at 11. Come through 11, 11:30. He don't show up till
12:15.
12:15, 12:20. But we didn't get there until 11:45.
Yeah.
Or Charlie and I after our little staycation.
Well, and I will say I should have done a better job of reaching out to you that morning. That was on me.
But this is exactly where the dudes mess up.
Yeah.
Like you're saying that. I fully empathize. I understand what's going on inside your brain and your body, your mind, heart, and soul.
Because I don't want to pressure y'all into going if stuff is...
You don't want to pressure. You don't want to let down. You're like, I'm going to say this time. And then it happens. You're like, traffic. It's been 45 minutes. What kind of traffic? You didn't see that wreck?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I should have called you guys and been like, hey, are we still on for the pumpkin patch? Because when it was like rolling to the time, I was like, oh, I haven't heard anything. Because we hadn't talked after the text.
Yeah, because there's no pressure.
There was no pressure.
But it's just like we're talking in the theories of these examples.
Yes. And so I needed to do a better job because I was excited to go. I should have texted you and been like, bro, stoked for the pumpkin patch, stoked for Cheekwood. You guys still thinking 11:30, 12,
right.
Blah, blah, blah.
I had one just this week. We had to do George Kittle's podcast.
Yes.
That was supposed to go at 3. We
Friend
told
of
him
the
hard
show.
out at 4. Podcast doesn't start till 3:30. 4 is there. I know you guys have a hard out. We're like, we can keep going. Rue had a swim lesson, so I had to be home for the nanny at 4:30 to take over for Scotty.
Oh, no.
I don't leave the shop until 4:30.
Oh no!
I get off the podcast, which we got done with the pod around 4:20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a text from my wife around like, let's just call it 4:07, 4:10.
On your way?
Yeah, hey, you're gonna be home at 4:30, right? Like I'm at the swim lesson with Rue. I just text my wife because I get off the bus, run to my truck, boys, I gotta go, leave my iPad here. I just text my wife, oh no. Then I'm driving on the highway. I get out my phone, just slip a $100 Venmo. No, my nanny, our nanny. I text the nanny. And I don't say anything. I just send her, because I've done it, not like a couple times, but say I got to be home at 4:30. I'm like, hey, ETA's 4:34 or something like that. You might get backed up on one of those main roads. So knowing that I've had some history of letting her know, running late, I'm so sorry. I skipped the sorry stuff and I just sent her a Venmo and the subject line was running late. I'm sorry. And just $100 Venmo.
I bet she hopes you run late every fucking day.
She laughed. She just laughed. You don't have to send me this. It's totally okay. I'm like, I do. I truly, it pains me when it gives me anxiety when I know I'm letting people down or feeling like I'm disrespecting their time by not being on time. But another dad loss. I was late. But yeah.
Those are some good dad losses.
We got good dad losses.
This episode is also brought to us by KiwiCo. You remember a couple weeks back, KiwiCo sent some awesome packages to Will and I. This is a subscription-based company that sends some great projects, toys, kind of hands-on engineering projects for you and your kiddos to play with. KiwiCo sent us and Scarlett a fun little play mat that she is obsessed with. That has like a little fold-out deal that has a mirror and little like different fabrics for her to feel with her hands. Scarlett's a 3-month-old and she has been obsessed with her KiwiCo playmat. So thank you for that, KiwiCo. And for the listeners at home, with KiwiCo, kids learn the fundamentals through hands-on projects and progressively build their skills with each new project they work on. So these subscription-based projects are coming in every month. You're going to have one every month show up at your door. Watch your kids go from learning to build bows and arrows to engineering their own robots. KiwiCo crates encourage kids to be creative, bold, curious, and persistent through hands-on play. With KiwiCo, kids can discover they have what it takes to build and innovate. Kids build skills over time with robotics, engineering, art techniques, and more. It can be hard to find a creative gift to keep your child engaged, challenged, and off of their screens. KiwiCo does the legwork for you so you can spend quality time tackling projects together. There's no commitment, so you can pause or cancel your subscription anytime. Tinker, create, and innovate with KiwiCo. Get up to 50% off your first crate at kiwico.com. Promo code for the dads. That's up to 50% off your first crate at kiwico.com. Promo code for the dads. Let's get back to this episode.
Crack a cold one?
Crack a cold. I had a quick dad loss. It's the ScarScar is just in between diaper sizes right now.
Okay.
Size 1, too small. Size 2 is too big. And so it's like we're overflow the poopy and size 1 diapers
comes out because it's so compressed.
Because it's so compressed. And then size 2, it's leaking out the legs with the pee-pee.
And you got the coterie, right?
Yes, dude.
Just strap them motherfuckers on, bro.
We are.
I'm talking.
Oh, the size 2? That thing is, ew.
Yeah.
And we're folding the leg parts out. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. But yeah, that's my dad loss.
So crack a cold one.
Crack a cold one. I already went with crack a cold one.
Look, you get into the story, like the entire story of the nature walk had some dad hacks, some losses, a W from it.
The trenches.
You just tell the story, and if you got a loss or a hack within that, there it is.
I'm done. I did my crack a cold one.
But I have a real crack a cold one.
What happened?
Scotty's starting to take a couple steps.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Got a text on Wednesday from Charo. Like, Scotty took her first step or something like that.
What?
And I'm thinking in my head, push her down, don't let her. Like, that has got to be on. Don't let her take some steps. But yeah, bro, she's like very small, but she's figuring it out. I thought she was gonna walk early. I saw this, dude.
I could see it in the 5 minutes that we were at Cheekwood. The way she's pulling herself up on our stroller, your stroller.
Just crawling. Leaves all over.
Crawled over to another family's thing and starts climbing up on their legs, letting them know, hey, Scotzilla's here.
Yeah. Shout out.
Hey, shout out.
But yeah, so Crack Cold One, Scotty's kind of taking her first step. She loves to hold like these little, I might take objects she's playing with because, of course, she doesn't want to try and walk when we're trying to get her to walk. She wants to just fall down on her butt and crawl. But taking little objects she plays with, I'm kind of like holding them. If it's something small enough, I kind of hold it in my teeth and I'm like holding her up and I'm like, Scotty, I'm like, come get it. And she's like standing there and she hands up and she takes 2 little ones and falls down. But bro, she's getting there. She's getting there for first steps. And by the time this pod comes out, maybe she will have taken her first steps. So try to get some video so we can loop it in here. But bro, crack a cold one.
Crack a cold one. And also I cracked a cold little Form Energy into one of our PT6 whiskey glasses.
Yes. So my man who was talking about wife's out of town, he hates it. Should he crack open the whiskey and pour it into a nice glass? There are some nice glasses for the PT6 sickos out there. Holiday season is coming up. PT6 whiskey glasses at bwtb.com.
I also have to give a shout out, a crack a cold one to Scottzilla's dance moves. I don't think I've ever been inspired by an infant's dance moves like that before. The sheer energy that's coming off of Scottzilla, it's palpable. The one hand on whatever she's holding to bounce herself, and then this hand is doing almost like a booty slap, but not quite.
Yeah.
And then also the head. And she'll look up at you, at Charo. She even looked at me. She'll stop while she's dancing and go, yo, you seeing this shit? Once you lock eyes with her, then she, it's crazy.
She's out there riding the horse, man.
Riding the horse. She's letting people know Scottzilla's here to stay.
Yeah.
Here to stay.
Yeah, that's the new draft class.
Yeah.
It's a first round pick.
You see those rookies coming up, you say, hey, he's starting for long, man.
Got to keep the shoes off of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a stud, man. Survival kit. Mine simply, survival kit. What a time of the year, and it's shouting out Spooktober, just a Halloween costume. No better time as a new parent or as a parent and getting your little one in a costume that they love. I was trying to talk Rue into Deadpool. Being Deadpool.
Oh, to be Deadpool for Halloween.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk her into some cool costumes that I think would be funny or cool.
Yeah.
We ended up on a fairy dress. We're ordering a fairy dress. I'll have to post it, but she loves princesses.
You don't want to be Shrek?
Yes.
Rue, you want to be Batman?
Yes. Hey, Rue, you want to shave your head like your dad? We put you in a wheelchair, you be Professor X?
Yo, Dad gonna be Bane, you could be Batman? You want to be the Joker?
You want to be the Beast? Paint you blue?
Why are you trying to dress up as the Beauty when you could be the Beast?
My wife and I were looking right now. We're trying to find a little Wolverine costume for Scotty.
That would be unreal. That'd be unreal.
Might just have to find her a Godzilla costume.
Yeah, you just put a dinosaur costume on.
Yeah.
I mean, literally would be perfect. She would crush.
But Halloween costumes for survival kit, just an absolute must during Halloween season. The parents know this. It's so fun to dress your little one up in a costume.
We got a good one for, I think I told you on the phone, but we got a good one for Scarlett. Jill found it on Etsy. It's creative. It's fun. It's easy. Throw a little white onesie on them. Get some cotton balls. You dip them in some pink. Spray paint them in pink so she looks like cotton candy, and then you put a little cotton candy cone on her head.
Gosh, you guys are going to be obsessed.
And then you put aprons on the parents with cotton candy all over our aprons because we made the cotton candy. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's kind of fun.
When Rue was her first, like around 1 or whatever, I want to say we had her as like the Michelin Man.
That's genius.
Something where she just, you know, arms out, just puff all around her. And she was adorable, bro.
Bro,
Like Ralphie from Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Please tell me yes.
Oh, yes. And he's got all the layers on.
Christmas Story, bro. So on
Great movie.
Christmas, every year, growing up, my mom, it was mandatory that Christmas Story was just on loop throughout the entire day.
That's a must-have every Christmas.
Oh,
in my family.
Yeah.
You'll shoot your eye out.
You shoot your eye out.
Nothing more adorable than some costumes, bro. Because you know, you love kissing your little one so much, like so much. You just tell them, like, I could take out a steak knife and eat you up. I could put your cheek. I could put your cheeks in the oven at 375 for 10 minutes and eat your little cheeks up, bro.
Consume you.
Yeah, you love on them so
Truly.
much. You know when they're little, like, it's gonna sound weird, but when you're just giving them kisses and smooches and their like cheek kind of gets in your lips a little bit, that sounds wild. But bro,
That sounds wild.
it sounds wild, but you love it.
I will say Scarlett has now begun. This is breaking. We've been doing kisses for a while now, and she is just now starting to realize what kisses are. Jill and I will give kisses to each other in front of Scarlett. Yeah. And she like kind of lights up and is like, yo, what? Hey, what's going on? And now when we go in to give her kisses and go in to give her kisses, she doesn't know how to do like a true kissy thing, but she goes like this with her lips. She's trying.
Yeah.
She's trying. It's the cutest thing in the world, dude.
Bro, the arc of kisses is the best. Because you and your wife, you'll be showing, like, you know, whether it's hugs, like anytime Char and I is doing a good like 8-second hug at home, like just in the afternoon when we're both home, we see each other, or if somebody's doing the dishes or something and you're just like, hey, it's hug time. You just give a long hug. Rue sees and she's always like, family hug. And Rue runs over and it's just me and Charles hugging and Rue's got her arms around both of our legs. We do family hugs all the time. But kind of showing them, it's like, you know, the affection in front of them. Rue now, she knows how to kiss, and it'll be like hug and kiss, and she knows how to aim and just give you a kiss, bro. It's
I will say that's the other like huge win from the weekend with Scarlett is Scarlett and I are way closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like truly she is like, yo, he fucks. Like
Dad
has
and
ribs.
you're kind of sitting there like, sweetheart, whenever you need, she's kind of becoming a daddy's girl.
Yes.
You do feel like there's like the gap is closing.
Yes.
And sweetheart, you better recognize it because it's closing fast.
Jill got upset. She was like holding Scarlett right when she got back from the airport. And as she's holding Scarlett, Scarlett is tracking me everywhere throughout wherever Dad goes. Her eyes are going, and Jill's like, "Oh, okay, so I just don't exist anymore."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Sorry."
Our daughter just like let her know.
Let her know. Dad has always kind of been ripping. She just on game now.
Dad's coming,
but
more ways than one, man.
Hey, come on. I got crack a cold one. We did dad losses. The survival kit, my survival kit officially is the Merka baby flashcards. You can find them at Target. They're very cheap. They're like $10. And dude, I'm telling you, like if you're a new parent and you need that little something where like you're interacting with your kid.
Yeah.
And it's not distracting your kid. It's like truly my kid needs something going on because they are bored. They're crying because they need something to play with, to interact with. These flashcards, dude. And you feel like you're teaching them. Even though I'm like, there's probably no way that this is being retained right now.
It will, though, at some point.
Yeah.
Like Scotty, you know, when she's sitting there and we do the flashcards, whether it's balloon and shoe, it's like you lay them in front of you and we'll be like, where's the balloon? And she'll lean and hit. And whether or not she's actually knowing, I guess you don't know.
Yeah.
We like to think because she'll hit a few in a row.
You go, yeah.
And like that now she's, again, 10, 11 months. You know, be like, go get the ball. Like the ball be sitting somewhere by, and we'll be like, go get the ball, and she'll crawl over and get the ball. So she kind of knows what things are.
Yeah,
you'll see it. It's fun, man.
It's been a blast. She loves, shout out the lightning flashcard. There's one with the lightning bolt, and dude, I'm telling you, every single flashcard, she's kind of like, ooh, reacts to it. When the lightning one comes up, she truly does a like blinks and kind of is like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you're going to love the movie Cars. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out that. And then also you shouted out Chara. I want to shout out Jill of when she came back in town. I was still doing the morning like wake up feed and stuff, but she was like, hey, I'll do the morning wake up since you had her all weekend. And she did the morning wake up 3 mornings in a row and cooked breakfast during the morning wake ups. Was bringing me breakfast. Like truly, as I was waking up out of bed, I have a plate of eggs and toast in my lap. I'm like, what is going on? This is incredible. Shout out Jill. Shout out the wifey.
I'm trying to think of what her angle is here.
I know.
Because the game's always being played.
Is it like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, did I do something?
Yeah.
Like, is it really
like if
that-
she takes the 3 wake ups in a row?
Yeah.
To me, that screams, I'm trying to get back up on the scoreboard. And this is a mommy's girl. But the breakfast move, that's where the antennas go up.
That's like, oh, keep him at bay. Because he's like, I got food. Yay. And he's not thinking what I'm really trying to do. Become the favorite parent again.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to hit you over the top with something. You got to be ready.
I should bring her lunch after we're done recording.
Yeah.
Which I tried.
Shoot her a Venmo right now, too.
Okay.
Latte on daddy.
Yeah, that is, you got me kind of worried now.
Trying to think. And also say, how was Miami again?
Yo, how's Miami?
Anything I need to know?
Yeah, what'd y'all do?
Yeah.
Y'all go to one of those Magic Mike shows?
Yeah. You get a lot of names I don't know.
Hey, what you doing? Yeah, it's Miami. Who all went?
Yeah.
Who was you with? Who's bachelorette?
Oh, nothing. Just, breakfast and, eggs and toast 3 days in a row.
Some of the girls were crazy. But I didn't go out with them.
Oh, really? So if I text her right now, she Oh my gosh.
Or she's leveraging up for the first moment that you hit below the mark.
Well, not anymore because I just sent her a $25 Venmo that said latte on daddy. And that's a nice latte.
That's a nice latte. Go ahead, put the extra in your pocket. Get you something nice.
Get ScarScar that Halloween costume.
Gotta stay on it, man.
Okay, I also have you go ahead with your survival kit. I cut you off.
Halloween costume, I already said it.
Already said it.
I will say last weekend I was kind of covering in real time a little bit to an extent. Staycation was unreal.
Go through the staycation. I was
just more of just highly recommend just to couples. Like if you're a mom and dad, it legitimately, like I was texting Charo. We were talking about, because we left here around 2:20 last week.
Yeah.
Got home like 2:30, 2:40. Got the overnight bag. We were in the car and we got down to the hotel, the Four Seasons, at like probably a little after 3. So
yeah.
we were at the hotel from that time all the way until the next morning at 11 when we left and went to go meet you at meet everybody at Cheekwood.
That's why I wasn't texting you. I remember now.
There you go.
But I was like, he's on his staycation.
Yeah, which I do appreciate. It was a fun to check out, and like the feeling I had driving home, I'm texting my wife and I'm just like, yo, I feel like excitement, kind of like butterflies, excitement. Like I'm just fired up that we're having a night together. Like I feel like back in the day when you come stay with your boy, whether we were at a hotel or we get, back in our dating days.
Yeah.
I like had that excitement.
Hey, back when I was with, was that Washington?
Washington.
Yeah, when y'all started dating.
I text her, a moment in time she came, when she got back from Japan, she came to visit me down in training camp and we're at a hotel. Oh yeah, you guys can read between the lines there.
I thought that there was going to be like a story. There was a story, but for another time.
Sweetheart, shout out Cheetos.
Shout out
the little Easter egg Cheetos.
Okay.
But it was a highly recommend. It felt like we went from mom and dad to boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a great, like we had a little spa day. Like it wasn't a couples massage or nothing like that. Like my time was set like 4, hers was 4:30. You got access to the spa, like steam room, relaxation lounge. And knowing that we were checked out from the kids, we're right down the road, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was a really good time. Got dressed up for dinner. Went down, had dinner in the restaurant at the hotel. We had dinner for probably 2.5, maybe pushing 3 hours. We got real parent mode. Like you went up, we had a little bit of fun, and like we're gonna watch a movie.
Yeah.
But then you kind of the adult kicks inside. And you're like, let's just go to sleep.
Yeah.
God, we watched about 11 previews, 11 trailers, and we're like, do we really want to spend $25 on a movie in the hotel room? None of them seem like they're going to be that good. You know what? Let's get some shut eye.
Did you have leftovers from the restaurant?
No, we were so full, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was like the staycation. When my wife was like, hey, what do you want for your birthday? My birthday was on September 19th. She's like, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, honestly, bro, it would be sick if we just do a staycation. Like me and you, like we'll do a staycation. So we got the staycation set up. It was kind of like a birthday gift. So when it got put in, it was like in the computer as a birthday. So I'm getting like birthday stuff from the hosts at Four Seasons.
That's sick.
So we're getting extra appetizers. They had a little birthday card signed by everybody when we were sitting there. We didn't want dessert. They're bringing over all the dessert. So there's some tequila, some wine. But it was a great time, dude. Slept in.
Yes.
You FaceTime with Rue when you wake up in the morning. We slept until about 8 o'clock when we woke up. And it was, we went downstairs, got some breakfast, went laid out by the pool, read, had a couple books. But it was incredible. It was A+. I cannot recommend enough for mom and dad to just be intentional about where they could have a moment in their schedule to just go down the road and do a staycation, get childcare, get rid of them for a night, and connect with old wifey and feel young again.
Yeah, Jill was even wanting to go to Waffle House this morning as a family. And I wish we could have swung it. But I was in the back of my mind, I was like, we do need to do stuff like that more.
Yeah.
Now that Scarlett is in a stage where we really have her down to like a beat on the schedule where it's like, hey, after that first morning wake up feed, we could go to Waffle House very easily.
Dude, we
go get a family breakfast.
100%, man. We haven't been to 8th and Roast as a family, it feels like, in a while, because we were actually talking about the other day. But Rue basically grew up at 8th and Roast. Like we'd have the morning routine, we'd go down the road, hit 8th and Roast as a fam. Like they got the little duckies in there.
Yeah, yeah.
But we would do that all the time. And like even yesterday, we had that pocket where we fly in, drove home.
You picked her up.
Yeah, drove home, had the afternoon at home. Charles home, everybody's home. And we kind of have, it's like 4:30. Don't have to be at the shop until 6:30 for the stream and everything else. And she's like, what do we want to do? Yesterday, it's been beautiful around Nashville. The weather's been beautiful. When it's sunny, the fall weather's kind of kicked in. And she's like, do we want to like go out to eat for dinner? So we went out to, have you guys been to Fonda? It's a Mexican spot down in 12 South. Great spot. But we just went off a whim, like, hey, 4:30, do we want to get out of the house? Do we want to go to the playground? Do we want to do X, Y, and Z? Or do we want to melt inside the house when it's beautiful outside? Just on a whim, got the family. We were out at Fonda having a little family dinner. But yeah, bro. Staycation was great. Highly recommend you and Jill. Families doing that. Like once the routine is down, because again, when they're little, when they're like Scarlett's age, like Rue is at an age where it's like, you'll have pockets in the afternoon. Let's go to the park. Get outside, go to the park, whether it's in the afternoon after work is over and everything else. But when they're that young, you kind of feel glued, like you're glued inside. The routine kind of, you want to stay on such a routine. But now that you're identifying pockets, like, hey, we have the routine down. There are these moments throughout the day, whether it's on the weekend or anything else, to where you can get out, go have breakfast. Like you just get out and about. Do the family stuff.
We need to do way more of that. And that is Jill's love language, dude. We did it for our 1 year anniversary. We did a staycation. That's such a cheat code. Like it, at the end of the day, is really fun. Jill, like personally, loves hotels. And I was going to say, dude, the move is when you eat at the fancy restaurant, the hotel, you get them to box up whatever. You take that up to the room, dude. And then right when like you're just about to fall asleep, you go, oh, wait, I do have a little bit of that short rib left. What's that doing? What's that all about?
I feel you. I'm thinking by the time we fell asleep, it was probably around 11:30. We came up from dinner around 9:30. So if you're sitting there after our reservation was at 7. We were there from right before 7 because like we'll go sit at the bar if the reservation's not ready. They're from 7 till about 9:30.
Yeah.
So we're stuffed going up to the room. No, it's
Different strokes, different folks, man. I would have had that short rib.
I know you would have. That's why I'm laughing. Got old fat Stafford. Hey, so that short rib kind of sitting over there like, how can you be hungry right now?
No, well, Jilly Bean's the number one culprit on that. That was her move. And I was like, yo, I'm going to adopt that. I love that.
Hey,
So
sweet. Hey, Jilly,
we always hit the leftovers in the hotel bed.
Eat this off my tummy.
Hey, come over to Fat Stafford.
Yeah, we ain't mom and daddy tonight.
Oh my God.
But highly recommend, man.
Highly recommend.
We were talking about the anchor and sales stuff last week, which again, I think that philosophy is all time.
Yeah.
And the whole wife thing being one of them. And you're right on the love language part. It's like, I feel like as dudes, like we'll get caught up in the work stuff. We have sports to look forward to, everything else. But mom does love when you guys all get out of the house together, when you're doing stuff, when you're having fun, you're taking photos. Take photos of mom. I'll always call her. I was like, I know you want to, why are you looking so nice today? Oh, you want to dress up? You know, I don't dress up a whole lot. I'm thinking, you dress up enough. But I'm like, you want a photo, don't you?
All right, let's take a picture.
Right, come on. Let me get you.
Let's do a mirror selfie real quick
Yeah.
before we go down to the restaurant.
Yeah. Should we get to the phone calls?
We should. My what are the odds is very, shout out FanDuel, is very quick this week. I wanted to tease something that's in the pipeline. We're going to be doing a little story time for Halloween this year. And we're going to see how it goes. We may implement this for all the holidays throughout the year.
Okay.
But we're trying to think of a way to incorporate something that is for the dads, but it's also for the little ones. And maybe on Halloween night, you're like, oh man, we've watched this Halloween movie a couple times, whatever. You're trying to put the little one to bed. Maybe if you had Willie C., Derek, Chef, Sherm, Fat Stafford.
Willie One Shelf,
if you will.
Yeah.
Reading a little bedtime Halloween story for the kiddos.
I love that.
And so we're gonna give it a shot this Halloween. We're gonna see how it goes.
I love it.
I got a little story.
So we basically, for the dads on our channel, we'll have a story time coming out.
Yep.
Halloween themed.
Yep.
For when you're in the week of Halloween, you want to pop something on YouTube for the little one, and you can hear our voices, and I'm sure you're going to crush it.
Yeah.
Sure, you guys are going to crush it with the storytelling, whatever the script is, but we will have a story time.
We're going to watch our language.
Oh, of course.
Because this one's for the little ones.
Yeah. This is pre-bedtime. This is when the kiddos are up and you're watching this show.
Yeah. And
you pop on for the dads episodes after bedtime.
Mm-hmm. We're going to sneak some references in there. They're going to go over the kiddos' heads, but the parents going to know what we talking about.
Yeah.
Fun voices.
Fun voices.
Yeah.
Chef.
I'm really excited about
Chef has IMDb. He's got some VO work.
I do. Yeah. 4th grade.
4th grade.
You're on IMDb?
No.
Oh.
I'll make a.
You can't just.
That's on me.
What?
That's on me. But I will make an IMDb for Jack Haney.
Where are we at time wise, Jack?
We're at 15 minutes. I'm just kidding. We're at hour 30.
All right. Let's get to the
voicemail?
phone call. Voicemails. 601 the dads.
601 the dads. This one is titled "Get the Dub."
Willie C., Big Sherm, Chef Jack, what's up, guys? It's Dustin from Palaca. We always talk about the Papa Team 6 sickos, but I got to get to the number one milk Team 6 sicko, which is my wife. So I'm a high school football coach, and we have 2 boys. Youngest is a year old. Last year, we scheduled a C-section for my bye week, of course, because, priorities.
You got to.
My boy decided to come a little bit early.
Come on.
And wife goes into labor Thursday, not the bye week. Has our youngest Friday morning around 10:30. So, I'm not thinking anything of it. This absolute sicko looks me right into my eyes, the windows of my soul, and says, "Hey, babe, what time are you leaving for the game tonight?" It is at that moment I knew my wife was infinitely tougher than me and that I had married the right one. So my in-laws and my parents stayed at the hospital with wifey. Me and my dad go to my game. We get the dub, come back to the hospital, share the news, and now we have a team full of football sickos in my household. We're always riding for the ball, I guess. Appreciate what you guys are doing. I love all the emotions in this show, man. It really shows guys that, it's okay to be emotional. Love you, boys. Take care.
Love you too, Dustin. That's an awesome story. Shout out the wife. And again, coming early. You can't leave. You got Micah Parsons on the sideline. You can't just let him be patient.
Yeah.
You can't expect patience.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Golly. It reminds me of the Rocky scene.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Adrian tells Rocky, leans in and goes, "Rocky, one more thing." What is it? Adrian, what is it? Anything. Win. And then
Ding.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
He's chasing the chicken. He's catching the chicken now.
Best sports montage
Dude,
of all time.
Dustin just puts on his coaching hat. He's just walking out of the hospital.
That's how you need to cut up that video too.
Oh, yeah.
Wife looks at me dead in my soul. What time you going to the game tonight?
Time you going?
That's him being nervous. What do I do here? Like, oh man, this didn't go according to plan.
Yeah, yeah.
He's kind of not bought in. He's kind of getting pulled different directions. And the wife just looks at him. What time you going to the game tonight?
What are we waiting for?
Dustin, with that being said, Dustin, if you could DM us the huddle game tape from that game, we'll make something special.
Yeah, certainly. Dustin, please send us that.
Now, the game would be reaching out to him before we could reach out to him. If he could get it over, like, hey, we did your call on this week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which
that'd be fun to put the actual. It'd be fun to put the actual highlights of that football game in. I don't know where Dustin's coach. Where did he say he was at? Was he say Pulaski?
You know a little bit about
Let's see. Big Sherm, Chef Jack. What's up, guys? It's Dustin from Palaca.
Palaca.
Lapras?
Palaca.
It's got to be down south somewhere.
He said platypus. Where's Dustin from?
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, get that tape, Dustin.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Shout out. Hey, congratulations on the new baby boy as well.
Also
getting initiated on a game weekend.
We have a new name for farting with this one. New name for farting.
Hey, boys, this is Mr. James. I've got a funny story because I assume that somebody's probably cried already somewhere earlier in the pod. But my 2-year-old son is starting to talk. He's starting to really put words together and say some things. The other night, he was watching me brush my teeth. Right? I'm sitting there, I'm brushing my teeth. Your boy got a little gassy. And I farted. And he pointed at my butt. He tried to say, "You farted." But it came out, "You fucked." So now, we got to figure out what word to change it to. My wife wants to go with toot. I'm not quite sure. What do you guys think? Appreciate you. Love you all. Take out the trash.
Did he say you fucked?
Yeah, you fucked.
Came out. You fucked. Oh, you fucked. You fucked.
I almost hear like an L in there.
Yeah, maybe a
flucked.
little.
You flucking over there, dog?
Yeah, I guess you go with what, toot? If you really want to tone it down, like here's what my sicko brain would do. I would fart. Fucked comes out of the little one's mouth.
Yeah.
What'd that just do? You fucked. Oh, yeah, that did. But we want to call it tooting. Then just in their brain, they never catch up to it. Just keeps going, what that is, or what mama just do?
It
says it. I thought we were trying to get him to say toot. I've been trying to get him to say toot. But you let him say, what he wants to say first.
Yeah, yeah.
Just have a little fun.
Have a little fun. Mix it up. I'm dropping bombs.
Yeah. Bombs. There you go. Bombs a good one. Toots.
Bombs away.
Rip the heater.
Big old stank.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a couple options to choose from. I don't think you can really go wrong when you're naming farts.
Butts barking.
Yeah, the barking spider. I've heard you reference that. My dad called them barking spiders.
Yeah, but you get the little one to say barking.
Yeah.
Barking spiders might be going too much in his brain. You keep it simple. Bomb, barking, heater, toot.
We had a yellow lab, Sugar, growing up. And we had always just, if you had a loud one, Sugar. Oh, my God.
Just got a little sugar coming out the keister.
Is that you? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Dad, now that I look back at my dad, I'm like, Dad had some good ones.
Yeah.
He had some funny ones.
They usually do.
All right, lesson, quote, or topic of the week. I have a fun one or go ahead, Derek.
I was just going to say, there was the comment that I had shown you, if you want to read that while the lesson is pulled up.
Yes.
I just don't want you to forget, it is a shout out for something that is coming up, nothing crazy, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Dun, 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 dun. Is it the J-Paw Instagram?
I believe so.
Okay.
There is a birthday in that one, and that's just the only reason I asked it.
Yes. Okay. This comes from J-Paw on Instagram. Hey, Will and Sherman, I'm reaching out to crack a cold one for my husband. He is a huge fan of For the Dads podcast, and he got me hooked on it as well since we road trip a lot and love to listen to you guys along with our 9-month-old son. My husband, John, has called in before, and he also recently sent you guys a letter with a few gifts inside, which I believe is the one that we got with the patches. And John, if that was you, thank you so much for your letter. Sent a letter inside to show his appreciation for the community that you all have built for dads. It truly is something special. My husband John's birthday is coming up on October 18th, and I know it would mean the world to him to be featured on your podcast or even just a shout out. John is a first-time dad, and I couldn't be more thankful for such a hands-on partner and role model for our son to have. I already ordered a For the Dads pendant for him for his birthday. Shout out. For our son to have. For his birthday, so he can proudly hang it up in his man cave, aka our garage. But I know it would be so special for him if you wouldn't mind shouting him out. Thanks for your time and all that you do for the dads.
John, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
John.
Thank you for supporting the pod. Thank you for being a big fan. Thank you for getting your wife on board. And what a sweetheart your wife is.
Yeah. What MT6 sicko.
Yeah.
For getting the
pendant. He's sitting there embarrassed right now.
Honey, why'd you do that? Come on, babe. What are you doing, John? We love you, dude. And honestly, if that was John's letter that I'm thinking of with the patches in it, wrote such a heartfelt letter. I still have the envelope on my desk because I want to write back. So I do have your return address if that's you, John. I can't wait to send you a letter back.
If mom and wifey could just take out the phone right now and give us his reaction.
Yeah.
Put it at the end of we can put it at the end of next week's episode.
We can put it at the end of next week's episode.
Yeah,
we can play it right now. And then we just got done watching that video of John's reaction.
Yeah.
How would she have known?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think it's next week.
It's going to drop and she's going to see it and be excited. So the right now thing only plays.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was saying like we clipped us referencing that and then played it in the credits of that future.
Oh, yeah. I like
meta
that.
brain. That's all.
You are meta brain.
Meta clip that.
So I'm thinking we could let her know, we're covering this moment on the pod. They can be tuned into the pod.
Because this pod will come out on the 15th. His birthday's on the 18th. So it's going to work out kind of perfect.
Meta brain.
Clip that.
Meta brain.
PT6 clip that.
You got a quote topic or lesson, my friend?
Yeah, I have a really quick one. This one actually accompanies a video. And we can make this into a clip. It's like very cool video. Basically, this dad breaking down being a dad out in the wild with your girl, your daughter, who needs to go to the bathroom, and basically how do us as men go about our daughter needing to go to the bathroom in the wild? Do they go to the men's room? Do they go to the women's room? This guy breaks it down beautifully.
So as a girl dad, I'd like to answer this one because I've been there 1,000 times myself before. Now, over the years when my daughter was little, before she was too young to use the restroom herself, anytime we were out in a public setting and my daughter needed to use the restroom, I would always take her to the women's restroom. Now, in doing so, I also understood that not every woman wants to open up the women's restroom to find a big old scary man like myself staring back at them. So here's a couple things I did to make sure that that didn't happen, and also that my daughter got to use the restroom. So what I would do, if possible, is I would try and find a woman near the women's restroom and politely say, "Excuse me, my little daughter needs to use the restroom. I need to go in with her. Would you be kind enough to watch the door so another woman doesn't open up the door to find me and get scared or nervous or uncomfortable?" I never in the thousands of times I did that, never had a woman say no to that request. It was always met with, "Oh, yes, of course, absolutely no problem. Yes, I'd be happy to watch the door for you and your daughter to go in." Always got met with a yes. I always asked politely. Never had a problem with it. If there were no women around that I could ask, what I'd do is I'd take my daughter in, I'd prop the door open with my foot, and while she was using the restroom, I'd stand in the doorway, blocking so that nobody could see in, but also at the same time, if a woman happened to approach the restroom, I'd say, "I'm so sorry, I've got my little daughter in here. Could you give us just a moment?" Once again, always greeted with a yes. "No problem. Happy to do that. Thank you for letting me know." I never got told no to these requests because, and this is just my opinion, but I'm guessing every single woman out there understood that I was just trying to be a good dad, getting my daughter in to use the restroom that she needed, and I wanted her to use the women's restroom because it is safer and cleaner. Gentlemen, if you are out and you have young daughters, take them into the women's restroom. We all know it's cleaner, and you're probably never going to find a woman that has a problem with you being in there if you do one of the things that I told you and if you're polite and respectful. From one girl dad to another, just trying to help you guys out. I hope this might help somebody. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Like and share this video. I'd appreciate it. Dedicated after that. Out.
The daughter.
Oh, I think he said like 5, like 4 or 5.
Because Rue just goes in the men's room with me.
Yeah.
I take her in a stall.
Which that's another option that he talks about in the video
keep them eyes down.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. She's 3.
Hey, you keep that. Don't talk to nobody.
Yeah.
We're doing our business.
Yeah.
Which I did. I wanted to ask you like what your approach was too.
It's more of like, hey, if she's got to go to the bathroom and I got to go potty too, she just goes with me. We just go in a stall, get her all hooked up.
I feel like she's young enough too, where she literally does not know the difference. I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, she'll know that, why can't you go in the mommy's restroom? Dad has a boy.
Yeah.
That's a boy. You got boys' restrooms, you got girls' restrooms, and Dada can only go in this one. So you got to come with Dada.
That's it. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But a question that I've asked myself plenty of times, I was like, what do you do in that situation? That's interesting.
It's like an initial thought, I guess, when it first happens, but then you just don't really, once it happens the first time, you don't really think about it. Cause you're just thinking like, it's your little one. We haven't been in like, I guess, where if we're at like a game or something like that and it's very public and crowded, we've been in a situation like that. So every bathroom we've kind of went into, it's, whether adults are in there or whatever it is, like you know how you're used to seeing kiddos come in with their parents.
Oh, for sure.
So just go in, hit the stall.
Rip it.
But you need to go poop or pee.
Pee or poo poo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my lesson of the week.
Love that. Because a lot of young dads that may be thinking about it, they don't have their kid yet. They could be wondering that could be a question on their mind.
Yeah.
Love that. Mine is, so we had the one last week with the anchors and sails. And I think one thing that just people, parents, whatever in general, there's always a lot of pressures in the world. And something that I learned, I was very grateful to learn that I felt like stuck with me when I was in college. Like, are you good, bro?
My contact came out.
I thought that was tears that came out.
Pop it back in.
When you came down and I saw that, I felt like it was tears. I'm like, all right.
Oh, you go.
But something I learned as I was on the football team, we have my favorite, one of my favorite, because there's a couple out there, but my guy, we're very close to this day, but James Dobson, he was our strength coach. It's something he always said that resonated with me. I'm sure a lot of the guys on the team, but it's like no matter what is happening, you can always control two things in life, and it's your attitude and effort. And this was a mantra of his at all times. I felt like it's something that really stuck with me. And after it's like the anchors and sails and having some of these philosophies, like getting to the foundational thing that it's like, you feel like you get pulled in all these different directions and a lot of things affect you throughout the day, whether you're running late to something, you have a bad day at work, you have a lot of whatever your stressors are in the world. The two things that you can always control is your attitude and effort. And how can we relate this to a family atmosphere, or parenthood, fatherhood, whatever the case may be? And attitude sets your emotional temperature of your home. So just like, again, when you think about attitude and effort, your attitude, no matter what, you can always choose what kind of attitude you're going to have. Whether it's a pissy one, any negative attitude you ever had, I bet you can go back to that moment. If you could have anticipated that moment, you think to yourself, I could have handled this situation or had a better attitude walking through the door at home.
Yeah.
Your attitude sets your emotional temperature of your home. If you walk through the door frustrated, distracted, or short-tempered, it is felt in the home without any words being said. Think back when we're all young kiddos or when we're all growing up. If mom or dad or somebody's got a bad attitude, or even a buddy, if you feel that bad attitude without anything being said, a lot of the times it's like, oh, dad's coming home. He's kind of seems like he had a bad day at work.
Yeah.
Like we all know that feeling as kids growing up. If you walk in grounded and present, it feels safe. When you walk in, it's like Sherm's a great example. I feel like when Sherm always comes to the door, no matter what's going on with our boy, you always just feel like you're in a fun environment, because I feel Sherm always walks in with the right attitude. You could have a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like your attitude, I always enjoy being around you, because you're like, I've told you before, I always feel like I'm in a good mood when I'm around you.
Yeah. Appreciate that, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. Attitude isn't about pretending everything's great. It's about choosing how you respond when it's not great. So when work is heavy, attitude decides whether you bring that weight home or leave it at the door. When your kid spills their drink for the third time and you get a little frustrated, you get a little pissed off, kiddo won't go to sleep. When you're trying to rock her to sleep for a nap and she's got her shoes on and you're starting to get really flustered, attitude decides if you correct them or connect with them. When life tests your patience, attitude decides whether you react or you lead. And as a dad, your attitude becomes the model your kids copy before they ever listen to what you say. The second one being effort. So again, the two things you can always control at all times, especially if you're conscious of this, is your attitude and effort. Effort is intention in motion. It's not about how hard you work for your family. It's about how intentionally you show up with them. So effort as a dad looks like, choosing to get down on the floor and play even when you're tired. I'm guilty of this. I'll be sitting there, it's like I'm wanting to take a load off, long day, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I might feel mom in the kitchen or upstairs with Rue, and I got Scotty, and it looks like she's wanting to play a little bit. I just think to myself, I just need to roll off the couch and get on the ground and start doing the crawl with her, whatever it is, whatever gets her excited.
Yeah.
Or choosing to play, like, again, if I'm wanting to watch the game, or if it's after dinner, and again, I'm just like, I just want to lay on the couch, and Rue hits me with, hey, you want to play chase? And I just think in my mind, okay, I need to get my ass up and I need to play chase. Unless the back's in a bad spot. Hey, sweetheart, daddy's back's in a bad spot. But again, we're talking about effort. Listening when your wife fully talks to you, not just hearing them. Guilty. Hey. Sweetheart, I know you're listening. Guilty as charged. The comment of, I don't know why I waste my breath sometimes because you never hear me. Because I'm the what guy. Was that, sweetheart? Or I'm just not paying attention. And then I finally just hear the comment. I don't even know why I try talking to you sometimes. I'm making up whatever excuse it is. Sweetheart, just please tell me what you said.
The juicy part of the story. You go, wait, who was saying this?
Yeah. I am enemy number one with that.
Yeah.
But fully listen when your wife talks, not just hearing. Taking the time to explain instead of snapping in frustration. We've all been in those moments where something gets said and we want them to feel our frustration, that we might not want to get into a conversation or might not want to get into a moment when it's like, sit there, be present. It's not about being strong. It's about reconnecting, finding that connection, getting back in the pocket, showing that effort, that you're not just wanting to push it off with frustration or whatever you might be projecting from whatever attitude you had. Making space for family moments, even when the schedule is packed. you were talking about the routine stuff earlier. Yesterday, we're sitting there. I'm like, okay, got to go do a stream, got to do stuff. But if you find the space and you find the time, like making the effort to, let's get out of the house. Let's go to the park. Let's go have a family meal. Like, let's go do something as a family, or maybe it's you and your wife, whatever it is. Like when that space happens and you know that space is there, being like prioritizing it and doing it, even though you might feel this packed schedule or stress circulating around you. It's like, how can you pull yourself out of that? How can you check your attitude, and how can you put forth effort? Effort doesn't mean perfection. It means presence. That's something we've loved on this episode since the beginning, that it's presence, not perfection in fatherhood, because we fuck up all the time. And we're going to continue to mess up all the time, but it's how you show up in the next moment, how you show up in the next day. Because again, your kids won't remember a word you say. They will understand what you model to them before you say anything to them. In the lesson and all of that, you can't control everything in your family's life, but you can control the spirit you bring and the consistency that you show up with. If you keep a strong attitude, you teach your kids how to handle it when life is unfair. If you keep steady effort, you teach them that love is built through showing up, not just talking about it. And in the end, your legacy as a dad won't be defined by what you achieved. It'll be defined by how you carried yourself and how you made your family feel.
Yeah, dude.
So there we go. That's the lesson. That's the topic of the week.
It's a really, really good one.
The attitude and effort one, like a few in the world of that I've just like learned or gravitated towards, or things that have always stuck with me in sports, is attitude and effort. There's this 4-quadrant like belief, potential, action, results thing that's always stuck with me. There is the nobody cares, work harder, and nobody's coming to save you.
Yep.
And so the challenge that I've had with myself, especially in fatherhood or parenthood, and even for this brand and wanting to come with like a lesson or topic or something like that, is I'm trying to pull from the footballisms that I've learned. And it's like, all right, how do we gear this towards like parenthood? So that's kind of been it's been like my homework or challenge, like when trying to come with lessons or topics, because I feel like all of it is carryover, all of it's crossover, right? Like everything they tell you what you learn, like when you're growing up playing sports are the best teacher for life. So it's like, how do you bring all the sports methods that is what I know?
Yeah.
And how am I carrying it? You know, when I went from football to the branding and podcasting, the business side of everything, how do I bring that into, whether it's the locker room on the bus, how do I bring that into my personality? How do I bring that into being a leader and manager for the squad?
Yeah.
How do I bring that into fatherhood? How do I bring that into being a husband? Because everything tests you along the way.
Any organized team, and that could be like academic, decathlon type stuff, or like doing a school play, anything where like a group of people are coming together for a common goal. You have to hold up your responsibilities. If you don't, it's going to cause others to misfire and misstep. And I couldn't agree more. It's all applicable to work performance, family performance, friend performance. Like, how are you performing in your life?
Yeah.
Are you showing up for all these things?
Especially when you're an ambitious person as well. Like you really, if you're a ambitious, career-minded person and you want to do really good work, a lot of us will do anything. We try to figure out everything possible to be a really good teammate. If you're in a leadership role, be a really good leader. And a lot of the stuff in the back end that's kind of in the back seat can be the family stuff at times. And where I've like, had a couple like aha or think, okay, how can I marry it to this? Like the family time and everything else is operating the same way at home. Like, am I being like the way I am around my team, the way I am at work, the way I am in my career, I am in my ambitions, every philosophy or thing that I kind of tie to that motivates me or keeps me disciplined. Am I doing those same things at home in the role that I have at home? If I'm in a leadership role, everything that I feel like I'm doing, whether it's for a team, for the shop, am I being the same guy? Am I being that dad at home? So yeah. I was kind of going to where I was like, that would be where's the bow tie on that one, man? My brain kind of just stopped. But it's like
to throw a bow tie, I guess, on how I apply it to my life. We always joke about like Charo being like, yo, you have this dad podcast, you can't even put up a shelf. Like, I ask myself that a lot. There are a lot of times around the house where I'm like, dude, you got this podcast where you're like, or you got people writing in the comments these life stories and about how great this podcast is, blah, blah, blah. And you can't get up. I know you hear Scarlett crying and Jill's having to do that by herself.
In those examples, the Willie one shell for that came about. And in the Scarlett one that you're talking about too, it's like, if I just think of the two things that you can sit there and talk about controlling, because you can't control outcomes. You can't control a lot of things external that other people have control on. But if I think about attitude and effort, it's like such a piss poor attitude and effort in that moment. If I think of it in a team environment, it's like if I have these big goals of like hitting PRs in the weight room or doing X, Y, and Z on the football field, that's essentially a teammate coming up. Hey, you have these goals and you're not living up to these goals right now. The brain's doing it again.
And bow tie.
There you go.
That was a good point.
Yeah. Hey, you're not living up to these goals right now. Bow tie.
No, but you did paint a good picture. I don't know what kind of bookend or bookmark you're looking for to sum it all up. But I think you summed it up perfectly.
It might just be the moment where I stop and then there's just a second or two of silence where it's like somebody else might come in and go off that. And I'm like, okay, finish it up. Yeah.
Get the walk-off music for like a award show. The wrap-up music. No. You know.
Yeah, they're playing me off. They're playing me off.
I thought you wrapped it pretty well. I don't even know if you need to put a bow tie on it.
Well, more of like the pocket of space comes in, and maybe that's when just the John Cena music drops. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my God.
I feel like if Will does all that, he's be great at home because you're a good boss, and I mean that. I'm not. Hey, you know. He signs my checks, but I really do mean that. You're a badass boss, and like the way that you operate and stuff, it's like the most fair, just genuine, like once you succeed kind of, you know, feeling like working for Will and Taylor too. So if you apply that to home, like I feel like that's a hell of a way to approach it.
Yeah, it's the intentionality too that you bring. I've said that before to you of like you come into this office with intention every single day. And just seeing that, I've always been an employee that wants to like do a good job, impress. But it really is fun when you come in and it's like, oh, the guy that's the shot caller is also kind of, you know, in the weeds, mowing the yard too. Like
never feels above.
Yeah.
Never like, you don't feel like I've never felt like I'm talked down to on, which is like, at the end of the day, like you make the decisions, but I will say from an employee side, like you want to do good. That kind of stuff motivates you. Like, hey, this guy has your back at all times, wants you to do good, and you want to fight for that too. Like, so it's a great feeling.
Agreed.
You know,
and with that intentionality, applying it to the home life, like the kids are going to see that.
Yeah. It fires me up. Thanks, boys. There's like, honestly, it's like that's rat poison. That's rat poison. You live for the cheers, you die by the booze.
Yeah.
But I feel like in this, with the platform that we have too, like getting to go through topics, lessons, call it advice, whatever you want to call it. I feel like this is a fun platform to kind of get thoughts that I've had kind of jotted down and journaled or on paper, because I genuinely feel like I've gotten to learn from so many great people that were stuff that they say, like, I'll be the kid or if you're the person up there trying to give lessons or trying to do things and say you're in a leadership role and you're just wondering if people out there are like taking it, you know what I mean? Or, hey, is this sticking? And I just know like I was a young cat or a young athlete in every room that I was in. If there was a coach that I admired, like getting to listen to get taught from Coach Bo Pelini, James Dobson, like my mom and dad. Like I've been around so many great people to where that stuff really resonates with me. And when I thought about being ambitious and successful, I think to myself, like when I listen to whether it was Tony Robbins videos or any of those videos on motivation or success or ambition, like I was a guy who consumed a lot of that stuff when I was young, and I would try and put stuff into practice. And when things like worked or paid off, it's like I'm trying to remember these things. Like when I get to the next level or the next thing, especially in football, again, it's like being undrafted, like you're very salty and slighted about it. But if you take a lot of these things that have been taught to you and you can just remove the noise and try to focus on the day-to-day stuff or the habits or the things that I'm going to still challenge myself to versus getting down on myself and think like, oh man, they don't think I'm good or that I belong in the league. Maybe they're right. Or I get the whole attitude and effort thing. Or if I take a lot of these philosophies and it's like, okay, how can I pull myself out of my own emotion? Because you're just, we're all emotional just constantly if a result doesn't go our way.
Yeah.
Right. And when those things started to work out or pay off and it's like, man, I need to remember this stuff somehow for whenever I become a starter or whenever I'm a starter, how do I become a Pro Bowler? It was never that. But then, okay, you don't get the result that you want, but how do you take the same things that have always helped me get there through listening to these people and being like, man, they're right about this shit. Like how do I box this in or hone it in? And no matter what happens after football, how do I carry the same approach over to X, Y, and Z? To the things that you guys are talking about and stuff at home. It's a constant. I feel like I'm constantly trying to learn and think about those things. So I've been just fortunate being around a lot of people that, I guess hats off to me for being a sponge, but I've always been a very curious individual.
Yeah.
And how is it like, man, I want to be where that person is. How do I, even if my boys might be doing inside jokes on why we doing this dumb meeting or this dumb shit, all those groups that have, this seems uncool to want to listen and, take something away from it.
Will cares about this shit. He's trying. What an idiot.
Yeah. Boy, you trying way too hard, man. Like that ain't the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
But I was always like kind of, I guess like that kid, like if Bo Pelini was telling you something, I'm thinking, man, I want to be a head coach one day in college football or the NFL. Like I need to listen to everything all these coaches say to one day hopefully be where they are.
Yeah.
So again, very trying to receive the compliment. Also very grateful. Been around a lot of great people.
Yeah. Yes. And shout out. I do have one extra thought, but also shout out your boy, James Dobson. He's the AD at Oklahoma for player performance. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Dobson is the fucking man, bro. Legitimately another father figure in my life. I busted his balls. He was at Vandy. He was like the head athletic guy, like over all of athletic performance. Left to go take a 2 job on the strength training for Oklahoma because he's the thought was he'd be the successor at Oklahoma because he was a one. He's been the guy. He's been the head strength coach. He was my head strength coach at Nebraska. Very hard on, like tough guy, very hard on. He loves you hard, a guy's guy, but taught you a lot of good analogies and theories about life that kind of got you showing up even when times are very hard. Like being in a world to where, this is fucking football.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be fucking hard. It's the whole point. Nobody feels good at this point in the season. He would always have great storytelling ways, but a constant was always attitude and effort. And he was the head guy at Vandy after Nebraska. To when I was on Tennessee, I got to train over at Vandy and still be in his life around him. He's actually one of the first guys where I'm like sitting, I'd work out and then I'd go bust balls. We'd be in the office hanging out and everything else, talking about the old days and what's going on at Vandy. And he was one of the first guys where I was like, hey, I'm starting a podcast. Like it's a bus. So he was there when I'd have to print out documents to get signed, use his printer. But Dobson is like, shout out James Dobson. He's a legend.
Shout out. And to put a bow on your lesson, you said something that I really loved about the saltiness of being a walk-on, or not a walk-on, a undrafted free agent. I love what you said of like pulling yourself out of the emotion of like wanting to prove people wrong, like pulling yourself out of like whatever kind of angst or anger or sadness that maybe that causes. Cause that was huge for me of like going the way that I did career wise and kind of a lot of people being like, why the heck is he going into video production? And me kind of getting this like jaded spirit of, oh, I'm going to show them, I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to do that. And once I pulled myself out of that and was just able to fully ingratiate into like video production and chase after it and work hard and put forth the effort, have a good attitude, but enjoy what I was doing as well. That's when I started like really finding success.
Yeah, because you're right. It is tough, man. Like when I didn't get invited to the combine, that was a hard moment. Like again, because then you're searching your name on the internet and you see rankings and it's like, man, I'm just feeding into this thing that's honestly not good for me.
Yeah.
And no matter what, the sun is going to rise tomorrow. and you got to put your feet on the ground. And it's like, what attitude and effort are you going to have about the day? And are you going to be glued to your vision? And are you going to be glued to the disciplines and the routine and what you're eating and all these things you're going to do? Or are you just going to kind of feel sorry for yourself, kind of shy away, kind of like, man, maybe they are right. But yeah, bro.
Because I'll do that even with parenting sometimes. I'll be like, God, I fucking did so bad that last morning. Like whatever I didn't do, or like I was being lazy or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like in my head, oh, I was being such a bad dad. And it's like, well, here's an opportunity where I won't be a bad dad, where I'll change my attitude and what is it called? The memory, have a short memory.
Goldfish memory.
Goldfish memory. I think that's important as well with the attitude and effort. It's like, you will mess up. You will not be perfect, but it's just being able to learn from that loss. Hey, let's move forward and let's have a good attitude to attack whatever this next thing is.
And that's a great point. And knowing too, like, let's just say in this hypothetical, you have a laundry list of a bad resume.
Oh, as I do.
And knowing, but yeah. But let's say like something to where you don't feel like a whole lot of self-worth because you know it in the back of your mind, like, man, I've been a shit X for a good amount of time. The power you truly have to tomorrow, there's going to be another opportunity, and you can change it like that.
Yeah.
If you're truly sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
That to me is power, bro. That's
It is as easy as when I was like going through a really tough period in my life, that therapist that I would see in Fort Worth, it's the man, dude. He felt more like a dad than like a therapist. There was a point in my life, I don't know if I've shared this with you, where I didn't get out of bed for like a stretch of like 2 weeks. I didn't get out of bed. And my mom had to like come over to the house I was living at and like basically was like, you need to go to therapy, blah, blah, blah. And the therapist, the very first thing he said is he was like, when you wake up, shower and put a nice outfit on. And what else can't you do? If you go clean yourself up and put some nice clothes on, why not get out of the house? Why not go have a good day? Why not go do like you get that small victory, whatever that is, and you can change it, dude. And it's like, oh, I'm a loser. I've been laying in bed for 2 weeks straight, and I don't know what I want to do with my life, and blah blah blah. And well, hey, I showered and I put clothes on today, so I guess I'm not gonna get back in bed with all these clothes on. I guess I'm gonna have to go, do this. So I like that mentality.
Yeah, make your bed.
Make your bed.
Small wins, bro.
Jill's sitting there going, tell him, Will. Tell him, Will.
Try to be on my ass if the bed. Hey, I thought we said the rule is the last one to get out of the bed makes the bed. Sweetheart, I gotta. You're right.
Hey, you right, babe.
Rue up here making the bed. Rue up there making her own bed, bro.
Making us look bad.
Making us look bad. Dad, come upstairs, sweetheart. I got a fish break. Come upstairs. All right. Close your eyes. I'm walking in. Okay, look. And I open. She's got a perfectly made bed, stuffed animals in place, massive smile on her face. I'm like,
good job, bro.
All right, let's go downstairs. You better eat your chicken sausage. But I'll look and, you put my hand out for a high five and like, yo, I love your effort. Love your effort, kid.
Yeah.
But all right, gotta roll. Take out your trash. Love you guys. Papa Team 6. Leave comments. Subscribe. Love you.
Oh.